because Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues.
Native Roots Radio, weeknights at 8 on your local Civic Media radio station.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit.
If you're looking for bland, try decaf. If you want bold, you've found John and Gordy.
Not John and Gordy in the morning. It's John and Gordy in the afternoon.
And Aaron is here as well, just manning the control board.
Aaron, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
We do a morning show here at WMDX, our home station in Madison, and we're broadcasting live to the entire state. And boy, do we have stories today. Oh, my God.
It just never ends.
Trump's reaction to his post about Rob Reiner. So
he's got something more to add.
Good. Yeah, he's got something more to add to that one. It's great. It's no take back, believe me.
Well, and he's going to address the whole nation tomorrow night, 8:00 our time.
Yes, he's going to repair his image tomorrow night.
Okay. A lot of things to catch up on. You know?
Actually, it's going to be an experimentation in AI. It's probably an AI image of him. And,
you think so?
Yeah, probably something like that. They'll try it out. They'll try it out at least once.
Okay.
And then call it a joke if it doesn't work. But yeah, they'll probably, I think Venezuela is going to be attacked. I think they're going to invade Venezuela. The peace president, the guy who creates peace all around the world, is going to war in Venezuela.
Okay.
Sweet.
That's your prediction.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll find out, I guess. Boy, it's a beautiful day in Madison.
It is, yeah.
Sunshine here in our home studio. Block off the Capitol. It's bright and sunny and 35 degrees now. And they've got some sunshine in Milwaukee, 37. La Crosse is at 36. 40 up in Wisconsin Dells. So things are getting a little better.
They are.
We've made some progress in the weather department.
For now.
For now.
Yeah, it was such a perfect day. I'm telling you, I have to replace the battery in my Prius, and today would have been the perfect day to do it.
Why didn't you do it?
I just got lazy and I didn't do it.
Okay.
But it's not going to be bad tomorrow either. Pretty similar. And then all of a sudden, snow is on the way.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So one more really nice day and then snow.
All right. Very good.
Coming up at 2:35, our special guest, Brittany Carloni from Wisconsin Watch, will be talking about the Troupas case. It is a disaster for Troupas anyway. I mean, he's in real hot water here.
Jim Troupas.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And a judge ruled on Monday that there is enough evidence to proceed to trial in the felony forgery case of the fake electors. That's what it's all about.
Okay, well, we'll get the latest on that. And then at 4:30, we're going to talk to Angela Hanks, Chief of Policy Programs at Century Foundation, talking about some
holiday prices
and, what to look out for this time of year, maybe some scams out there, too.
Maybe she'll tell us that we should believe what we see as opposed to what we hear.
Yeah.
The prices are
Okay.
from the administration.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Phone lines are open right now. You can jump in 855-752-4842 or just text us on the Civic Media app. Free to download, free to use. And get in touch with us.
All right. Well, I have a big story here, and it may be a little in the weeds. It may be a little detailed.
Is this a story from your personal life?
No.
From the Peterson
No.
Ranch?
Nope, not this time.
No?
This is a story about something that kind of, I didn't want to see happen, but it's called the Trump accounts, okay? Trump is creating something called the Trump accounts.
What is that?
Well, it's a platform at the IRS, and what happens is Trump will put $1,000 into individual accounts for children born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028. Mark that on your calendars.
I wonder if this will be a part of his big speech tomorrow night to the nation.
You know, I'm thinking it will, because
Yeah.
this really hit the fan.
Really?
Michael and Susan Dell from Dell Computers, they made a
yes.
huge contribution, and now they're adding to this.
Right.
So everything kind of ties together. And I'm going to try to tie that together if this doesn't get too far in the weeds. You correct me if I'm wrong. Not if I'm wrong. If I seem to have gotten lost, trying to throw me back onto the path here, because this kind of gets detailed.
I'll reel you back in.
All right. Families can contribute to this $1,000 in the Trump accounts. Okay. So if the government puts in this $1,000 between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028, the amount of time he's in office, families can also contribute up to $5,000. And that's any relative can dump money into this account for these children. But nonprofits get to donate more. Isn't that interesting? Okay.
Okay.
Employers can contribute up to $2,500 of that amount. So that might even be a benefit to ask for if you're looking for a job. Can you put money in my kid's Trump account? No, if that guy is not a big fan of Trump, that would be the wrong thing to say.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just trying to fill my Trump account.
So correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure.
This is just them setting up, paying for administration cost, paying people to set up another account for you and your kids so that they can give you a measly $1,000 over the course of 4 years.
Yeah. That's
and
it. That's
give
it.
the opportunity for you and your friends to give your kid money, but have Trump's name on it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
You'll
Just
always-
wanted to make sure I
You'll
understood
always,
that.
yes, you'll always remember who gave you
Who gave
this
you this?
money, the initial $1,000 in your account. But you know, I mean, $1,000 can really amount to a lot.
Well, sure.
Okay,
It's nothing.
let me just go back into my own past here.
All right.
My brother-in-law had an investment. It's just a regular investment. No big deal. No Roth account. Just an investment. And he said, you should put money in it. So I did. I put $2,000 in it. And I don't have a lot of money because I'm in radio. But $2,000, what the hell, I did that, okay?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there was a recession,
Ah.
and it was cut in half to $1,000. And I said, you know what? I'm never investing again. But I left the money in there.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward about 35 years.
It was still in there?
Yeah, it was. And I had about $21,000 in that account at that
Wow.
time.
Look at you.
So that's what $1,000 can do in an account over 35 years, probably even more. But this was a slightly higher risk investment, which is something you can do when you're younger because you can afford the ups and downs.
Okay.
So anyway, it does work out. So if you do put that $1,000 in, now that's just people born between the times I mentioned.
Right. And when can they withdraw this money? When can they
When
use
they're
this?
18.
Okay.
They can withdraw it when they're 18, and
All
you
right.
can withdraw it for school. There are other things. You're getting ahead of my
Okay.
little
All right.
presentation.
Well, that's fine. I was
My whiteboard
Let's
up
just-
here, I put a lot of effort into that.
I was just doing my job, keeping you on track here. But go
Yes,
ahead.
you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so enter the multi-billionaire
Oh,
Michael and Susan Dell. That's right.
Dell Computers.
Dell Computers, yeah. They donated, get this, $250. $250 into everyone's account.
Oh,
This is it here. Michael Dell gets to write off 74% of his $6.25 billion. Seriously, $6 billion he is donating right away. So now I do
nice
have
going.
I do have a cut here. I want to play it. It's let's see here. It is like
142.
142. Yes.
This is really exciting.
Absolutely. It's a very special moment. We're making a $6.25 billion investment in America's kids through our charitable funds.
Next year, every American child will be able to get an investment account powered by Invest America.
We've seen what happens when a child gets even a small financial head start. Their world expands.
The real power of these accounts is that anyone can contribute. Parents, relatives, friends, everyone can help shape a child's future.
To philanthropists, companies, community leaders, if you want to be part of something truly meaningful for our kids, for our communities, for our country, join us.
And to parents and caregivers, stay tuned and get ready to activate your child's account. Every contribution can grow over the years, just like your child.
Together, we can make possibility something every child can count on.
And that's a future worth investing in.
Pretty wild. It
All
sounds really cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now I'm
Concerns.
I'm not I'm not sure, but I think it goes into the $1,000 account that Trump is creating as well.
Okay.
But of course, they're giving it to a lot of people here. The loophole is, to qualifying organizations may make additional contributions that do not count toward the $5,000 limit in these accounts that they're going to set up here. Unlimited money can flow in. Dell is dropping $6 billion with, they're splitting up with $250 deposits. Get this. Okay. In 25 million kids' zip codes under $150,000 in income in one particular zip code that you're looking at all over the country now. If your zip code, if it's a lower income zip code, which isn't, really that low, but $150,000 in that zip code, you're going to have a $250 deposit in that account. I believe it's going to be in the Trump accounts, added to the Trump accounts, plus an extra account for anybody who doesn't have an account. And you'll have $250 in that account. Okay. I think I'm making it pretty clear.
It's a lot to account for, but go ahead.
The genius part about this is the Dell doesn't have to build a foundation. They don't have to track recipients, manage investments, or handle taxes. The Treasury does all the work for them. One check, and the government does the rest of the work. This is a unique platform created by the government, and that's what Trump created here with this Trump account. Okay. Now, these billionaires can just donate money, and the government will do all the work for them and pay for all the money.
So, us as taxpayers, we will be paying for these big corporations to get tax write-offs by making charitable donations.
Yes.
That's the purpose.
Yes. Yes, they will be getting money for that. But, I don't know. I think it's a good investment anyway. Even if they get the write-off, they get that one-time write-off. But, this money sits in an account for a long period of time until they're 18 years old, and it builds up.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a benefit here. I'm seeing a huge benefit as much as people are criticizing this idea.
Yeah.
Dell, I think, has a good idea. In fact, they're asking all the other billionaires to take a look at this and donate their own money.
Yeah.
Yes. And
I'm just reticent to trust it is all, given who it's coming from.
Well, I don't know. They seem pretty sincere.
All right. Well, we'll continue.
We'll talk about this.
Yeah, we'll have more on that and more of your phone calls. Got a bunch of them lined up already, but you can jump in too. 855-752-4842. Back with John and Gordy in the afternoon. After this.
WMDX. Curiosity required. Partisanship optional.
Happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays.
Oh, hello, everyone. Judy Summers from Summers Tree Farm, located on Rocky Dell Road, 3 miles west of Middleton, exit 250 Airport Road. The farm opens the day after Thanksgiving, 8 to 5 daily. We close at noon Christmas Eve. Visit our website at summerschristmastreefarm.com. We look forward to seeing you. Happy holidays from the Summers family.
Does Wisconsin have a law on minors getting birth control without parental consent? No. 9 states, including Wisconsin, have no laws specifying whether minors can get contraception without parental consent. But Wisconsin teens can access birth control on their own through Title X clinics and a state program that provides free contraceptives to low-income minors. Some providers may still require consent, and parents could learn of contraception through insurance billing. CDC data shows teen sexual activity has declined, with 32% of high school students reporting ever having sex in 2023, down from 47% in 2013. I'm Trisha Young for Wisconsin Watch. Fact briefs are bite-sized fact checks of trending claims produced by Wisconsin Watch and GigaFact. Read more at wisconsinwatch.org.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/investor day. That's cvshealth.com/investor day.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts.
15 seconds.
Help is just a
Young, Aaron Summers, and boy, did we get a lot of phone calls on this topic.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a good idea, despite all of the benefits that the wealthy do get in all of this. Again, Trump is going to start an account with $1,000 in it if you're born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028. Okay.
All right.
Now, the Dell contribution will expand the amount of accounts. Very similar, exactly like the Trump account, not the $1,000 in it, but $250 from Dell. But you also get to throw as much money, almost as much money as you want. The families can add money to that. In fact, if you just look at the compounding, $250 at age 10, $8,000 by the age 50, add $100 a year as a parent, and it goes up to $72,000 in that account. And accounts are tax deferred, not tax free. Withdrawals do get taxed when the kid turns 18 if you make withdrawals.
Where do they put the money in the meantime? And what happens when Trump leaves office and it's all tied to him? And I don't trust it at all.
No, it's not tied to him. It's just named after him.
He likes to name things after him.
Yeah, it puts a sign on everything. Let's go right from the top.
I hear you.
We have about 5 calls here, so let's get to the phone lines. Matt, what do you got for us today on John and Gordy?
Hey, guys, I was going to talk about something else, but since you're on this subject.
Yes.
Okay.
I first started to learn about money and how it actually works when I got my first job that paid well, and they had a finance guy. Mm-hmm. And he sat me down, and he basically told me, which is true, that if you have $60,000 free and you put it in proper accounts, had a broker, within 10 years or less, $1 million. Mm-hmm. This is why the wealthy need to be taxed and taxed heavily.
Yes.
Because once you make that $1 million, you don't lift a finger to grow that wealth.
That's true.
Especially if you have access to those brokers and those people who do that for you.
I agree.
So that whole idea that they're working harder, blah, 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 so they deserve to be billionaires, it's all hogwash.
Yep. All right.
And so, yeah, that's my rant.
All right.
Tax them a lot.
Well, you can give us a second call later when we get to another topic, Matt. I appreciate your input on that. Let's go to Charles now in Milwaukee. What do you got, Charles?
Hey, Charles.
Oh, this sounds like every other scam. Trump fake.
Yeah?
Well,
Just because his name's on it?
Some people are saying that.
Well,
Trump University,
yeah.
The Children's Charity. Like Yammer said, what happens when Trump leaves?
He's going to take the money with him.
Goes with them.
This is at the now remember
scam.
This is at the IRS. They're setting up this platform at the IRS. This isn't in the Trump account building.
Who's in charge of the IRS right now?
They also fired a bunch of people from the IRS.
I keep
so who's
forgetting
going to take
about
care of
that.
it?
Yeah,
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, he did fire a bunch
This
of
is
people.
the biggest scam. Those same people that will donate the money are probably still waiting for the Trump phones that haven't went out yet.
Okay. All right,
Charles. Thanks a lot. Yeah, the golden phones, I believe he's still trying to produce.
Let's go to Cam in Appleton. Hey, Cam.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reviewing the information that the White House has been so graciously transparent with on this topic, and I'm seeing contradictory statements. I actually believe that this is already this was probably generated with AI, because there's characters that aren't on the keyboard in some spots, and then characters that are on the keyboard in others. So kind of like the M dash versus the minus sign. They use the minus sign and then the M dash throughout this entire document, this frequently asked questions document. And some of the information is conflicting. They, like, for example, who is eligible? Any child under 18 with a valid social security number may open a Trump account.
Yes.
Parents or guardians must manage the account until the child turns 18. So any child, where earlier in the document it says only those in zip codes that they deem are
$150,000 is a family of 4 in those zip codes and less.
Right.
Yes.
And that's how they'll receive an additional $250. But they don't have any links to what zip codes they're actually talking about on any of this. And I know that they were trying to aggregate voter information from each of the states.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, because I know what that kind of information can be used for, you could easily construct a map of all precincts in the U.S. and use Esri tools, or just even like ArcMap, one of Esri's tools, and look through the data and see, okay, I want you to return to me in text all the zip codes that voted for me. And I'm going to make sure that those accounts end up with a lot more money in this, because no one else can see the accounts except the people that have them, right?
Yeah. But they're going to go by tax forms, and by the taxes of families that make $150,000 or less in a zip code. They're not going to be able to specifically go after certain people, certain political persuasions. They can't really do that. And I think we're reading a little bit too much into this. Like you're saying, there might be strings attached where they're going to ask for information, right?
Well, right. But, and I understand what they're not supposed to be able to do, but they don't listen. They do whatever they want. There's another thing in here that's interesting that says that they do, they'll charge annually 0.1% from the account.
Okay. Yeah. Management account. I would assume it's going to be an investment account by the IRS in a management account at the IRS. This is really getting kind of crazy.
Okay. We got to leave it there.
Yeah, we'll
Cam.
get to more of this.
Thanks
later.
for that call. When we come back from the Midwest Food and Farm Report, Brittany Carloni will join us from Wisconsin Watch, talking about the Jim Trupis case. It's coming up.
WMDX, where conversations last longer than tweets. From the Capitol to your kitchen table, Madison's biggest stories live right here on 92.7 WMDX.
Current commodity cheese prices are slightly lower than normal for the holiday and post-holiday season. One cheesemaker tells me that it has to do with some price uncertainty from the record-long government shutdown, which halted the release of some data. Also, export markets are affected by a strong European market. But despite that pressure, that cheese processor is optimistic for 2026. I'm Stephanie Hoff for the Midwest Farm Report, talking with Kim Hyman of Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield. He says the dairy industry is benefiting from a strong consumer trend toward diets higher in protein.
What you're seeing now is just the proteins that people are looking for into their diets are what's really pushing the dairy industry right now, whether that be through the fats or through the whey proteins or through the cheese itself. People are looking for the higher protein value into their diets, and cheese really fits the mold for that. So that's been a tremendous asset for us. Everyone from the cooks and chefs to the nutritional people have been really good at being able to incorporate more dairy into the diets right now.
So despite some of that short-term price pressure, Kim Hyman of Nasonville Dairy says the long-term forecast is bullish. More evidence to support that is that processors nationwide are investing into dairy capacity expansion. This includes Nasonville Dairy. We'll take a look at more agribusiness news after this.
Winter is a good time to evaluate your livestock's health. BioVet loves seeing healthy animals contribute to your farm's profitability. Freeing up your time for the holidays is at the top of our list. When you choose BioVet microbial and nutritional products to keep your livestock out of the sick pen and healthy, you'll enjoy more time with your family this holiday season. Many thanks and warm wishes from our BioVet family to yours. Help your livestock stay healthy and call 1-800-BioVet1 or visit bio-vet.com.
Take the Midwest Farm Report wherever you go with the Midwest Farm Report app. Get real-time updates that matter to Wisconsin agriculture and food production. Connect directly with the Midwest Farm Report team, stream your favorite farm podcasts, and share your ag photos right from your phone with one easy tap. From the fields to your feed, stay current with the Midwest Farm Report app. It's free and available now for Apple and Android. Download the Midwest Farm Report app today.
In other dairy news, Wisconsin has contained its first case of bird flu in dairy cattle. The milk in question was intercepted and never made it to the processing side. Even so, health officials emphasize that pasteurization keeps the milk supply safe. The focus now shifts to determining the source of the infection. The Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection says the farm was adhering to high standards of biosecurity. Speculation leans toward a wild bird infection as the most likely cause. For the Midwest Farm Report, I'm Stephanie Hoff.
Local news, real voices, and conversations that count. That's Madison. And that's 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Rodney Price. Even more clouds on the way as we head into the afternoon. Highs in the mid-30s, southwest winds. Tonight, evening clouds, then they'll thin out just a bit. West winds, lows in the mid-20s. On Wednesday, skies turning mostly sunny. Highs in the mid-30s. Currently 35 degrees.
Hey there, Wisconsin. Tom Hartman here. Democracy is not a spectator sport, so join me each and every weekday right here on Civic Media for the Tom Hartman program from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Covering the news of the day and sharing ways for you to get off the sidelines and get active in your community, because change starts with you. Get involved and tune in to the Tom Hartman program Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on your local Civic Media radio station.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring
are quite the pyro. You light the match to watch it blow.
Well,
And
we
if
are.
you never
We're
call,
going to light the match again about the Trump accounts. We got a lot of calls on that, and we'll try to clarify some of the information. I do have a little bit more information on that. And of course, my big complaint is it's called a Trump account. No one wants to hear that 10 years from now. I can guarantee you that. All right, but we have a special guest in the studio today, and it's Brittany Carlino.
Carloni.
Carloni.
You're good.
Okay, from Wisconsin Watch. I love Wisconsin Watch, by the way.
Thank you.
And you are here to talk about the big fake electors scheme that originated right here in our great state.
Yes.
Right? So fill us in. What's the latest? Because yesterday a judge determined that there was enough evidence to proceed.
Yeah. So what that is the big news out of I think it was like Dane County yesterday was that I think they had a full day hearing. I was not in the courtroom yesterday, but was monitoring kind of what was happening. And the judge in that case ruled that there's enough evidence to go forward to trial. And what I kind of worked on this past week as that was approaching was kind of looking at across the country in the other states where this popped up in 2020 after the Trump attorneys Trupis and Chesbro and the campaign aide Roman started this, and it spread across the country. In states like Michigan and Florida, this kind of prosecution to hold people accountable for what happened in 2020, these kind of cases have really hit a lot of stumbles. But Wisconsin's focus on these folks who were leading and creating this scheme at the time. Legal experts I've talked to have said this is probably the stronger prosecution going forward. So that case being able to go forward to trial and not seeing some of these obstacles that other states across the country have seen, I think is a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Well, they had quite extensive coverage on this when it kind of broke down, and they got more of the people involved in this scheme here in Wisconsin and called them out on it. And a lot of them just acted like, well, we were surprised too. We didn't know this was happening. You know, we were taken as well. That didn't prove to be too true.
But it is interesting, just the level of accountability that's still trying to be sought out of this 5 years later.
Yes.
And especially because President Trump did return to the White House. Just seeing that, obviously, early November he issued the federal pardons, which makes sure that federal cases don't go forward for these people who were involved in these situations, including for folks in Wisconsin. But that a federal pardon doesn't do anything for these state cases around the country. And so the fact that Wisconsin's case is continuing to go forward, and especially go forward to trial without some of these legal roadblocks. And in the story we wrote for our newsletter yesterday, I focused in on what happened in Michigan. And in Michigan, the attorney general focused on prosecuting the electors, like the actual people who signed the documents going forward. And the judge in Michigan who was overseeing that case found that the state didn't prove intent, that they were really intending to commit forgery. Which proving that for 15 people, especially when the argument, as you pointed out, was, hey, we didn't know this was going to be the case. We thought we were signing something to go forward just in case a court overturned something. Because there was a lot of court uncertainty at that time too, of Donald Trump suing X, Y, and Z as the results came out, and it was still a question of what's really going to happen.
We know some of the other fake electors. They actually put out a statement saying that this is only good if there is an election called on this. So, well, we didn't do that here in the state. The fake electors here did not put that into their statement. So it's use our list if something is called, incorrect in this particular election, and use our list instead. And that they did not include that. They just they made believe that this was the original list of electors from Wisconsin.
Yeah, and if you look at the if you look at the criminal complaints that the Attorney General's office filed last year in, I think there was like the initial one in June, then another one in December, the electors at the time, a majority of the electors said that we did not realize, like the actual people that signed those documents, not the folks who are being prosecuted right now. The electors at the time said, we did not think that this was something that was going to actually go forward all the way to Vice President Pence. And so that's a big part of what is put up for the charges to the charges against Chesbrough and Troupis and Roman is essentially how they led these people astray. And that's what those 11 forgery counts are. The one thing yesterday in the courtroom from like the updates that I saw was I think Chesbrough, they're still looking at what statements are admissible of what he has said to various people.
He talked an awful lot. He probably said a lot of things that are incriminating.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not, I don't know for sure, but it sounds like based on a lot of the documents that have come out in discovery for various cases, including the Law Forward civil case against the electors, I think that was settled in 2023. There's a lot there, so it'll be interesting to see what the judges.
Yes. I don't want to make it seem like he came out and confessed, but there is a lot there, and I can't recall each and every statement that he made. So I just remember they were certainly interesting, eyebrow raising, especially. So,
yeah, we're talking with Brittany Carloni from Wisconsin Watch, and so Brittany, what happens next? Where does this stand? What's going to go on now?
So my understanding is they do have to figure out for Chesbrough what his what statements are admissible as far as evidence in that case. But what happened yesterday, the judge determined that there is enough evidence to go forward to trial. I have not yet seen any timeline or documents from that case, but I would assume that there's some sort of date that comes forward in the future. And similar to, in a way, the Hannah Dukin case that's going on this week as well.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be another situation where eyes are really on Wisconsin for, is this a bellwether case of how these folks who are accused of these schemes from five years ago can get prosecuted across the country or not.
Well,
I do think.
They're using the word lawfare in all of this, But of course, now they're using lawfare in order to go after Hannah Dugan.
Yeah, lots of big court cases.
But I mean,
in Wisconsin.
that's my opinion. I truly believe that is really, she is the example. They're trying to make an example in a blue state.
Yeah, I think that, especially the focus that the Trump administration has taken toward judges, the judicial system this year, I think a lot of people are looking at that case as a big turning point of what's next in the judicial system. Yeah.
We have a cut we want to play.
Yes. Let's play.
Jim Troupis.
This is Jim Troupis, the main guy here, and let's hear. He was being harassed by officials trying to get statements from him and accusing him of this, that, and the other thing. Let's listen to what he had to say.
My family and I have endured non-stop, vicious, and unrelenting savage attacks on my reputation, on my livelihood. My children have been interrogated. My long-held friendships and professional life have been destroyed. Not a day goes by that my wife does not worry that our home will be invaded, that our doors will be smashed down, and government agents will come through those doors. We had thought that this would end. The country asked for it to end in November. But lawfare in all its despicable forms will not end in Wisconsin.
There you go.
The Attorney General has today doubled down on a vicious strategy to destroy our very faith in the system of justice by using the courts for his own personal political gain. Everyone here knows that. This is a political case. This has nothing to do with the law.
It does.
The Attorney General should be ashamed of himself.
It's Jim Trupus.
Yes, the Attorney General is
Was that?
basically
Do you
a
know if that was
Democratic.
yesterday or was that?
That was a long
previously?
time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah. By the way, phone lines are open if you want to get in and make a comment or ask a question. 855-752-4842.
I'm going to have video of phone calls, people trying to get a hold of Mike Pence, all the way from Wisconsin, especially with Ron Johnson being involved, saying that he wasn't really taking any calls and he didn't really know what he was passing along to his associates. So, I'm surprised he's not part of this case as well.
Honestly, I don't know if you saw this, but last week, Senator Johnson sent a letter to the Department of Justice asking for the department to look into, and AG Bondi to look into some accusations that Trupus made against the judge in overseeing this case. Some questions of misconduct as far as who wrote the various, I think there was an opinion earlier this summer denying his ask to dismiss the case. So I think Senator Johnson, from my understanding, is watching this quite closely.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do remember seeing that story. So, yeah, they're looking into that, certainly trying to attack, the judge, anybody involved in this to try to smear them at least or call into question, their credibility. Josh Call, of course, taking his time, ever-loving time on this thing.
But honestly, in some of these other states, like Georgia, for example, the case there, which focused on Trump, specifically, Trump was named in that lawsuit. The Georgia case against the electors there also had quite a bit of scandal surrounding the district attorney who was
dating.
Accused of the relationship with her prosecution team. So Wisconsin's case, even though it's taken some time, that case I think she brought charges initially maybe 2021, and it wasn't until maybe November that the prosecutor that took over just decided this took too much time. We can't prosecute a sitting president. That would be impossible. So in the grand scheme of things, 2024 to 2025 is probably a smaller time frame than some of these other states have seen.
But the Wisconsin state seems to have more strength to, or more to it. Than all of these other states.
That's what a few of the legal experts I've spoken to have said. Just that narrower focus on these folks who were allegedly the people that created this idea that spread to these other states, because that narrow focus makes it easier to maybe prove X, Y, and Z, but depending on what the evidence is.
The judge said communications from the defendants showed their intent to present as legitimate a certificate awarding Wisconsin's 10 electoral votes to Trump, not a document to be accepted only if a court ruled that Trump won the state. So.
Well, we need to leave it there. Brittany Carloni, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Wisconsin Watch. Keep an eye on things for us.
Let us
Will
know.
do.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. We'll be back with more of John and Gordy after this.
Stay connected to the stories shaping your community and Wisconsin right here on 92.7 FM WMDX and on the Civic Media app.
Hey, honey, how was your day?
Yours?
Pretty good. Guess what? The boss asked me to find a place for the holiday party this year.
Oh, I know a place that'd be just
Yes, right here. We think so alike.
No,
we can
wait,
put some
wait.
text.
No, not
what?
our house. Sugar River Pizza.
You
you already told them they could be here, didn't you?
Yeah,
I'm
well-
sure you thought catering from Sugar River would be just fine.
Sure.
Yeah, but you've seen that huge room in the back of the Sugar River Pizza at their Sun Prairie location.
Yes.
It's ideal for a holiday party.
Well, yes.
Fabulous pizza, that pulled pork you love, pasta, soup, sandwiches.
Yeah.
Anyone can get exactly what they want.
And it's better than your meatloaf. Well, let me call them.
What did you just say? You said you like my meatloaf.
I did. No, Sugar River Pizza in Sun Prairie. That is a great idea. You're brilliant. Thanks, hon.
Plan your next office or holiday party with Sugar River Pizza in Sun Prairie. Get to sugarriverpizza.com/catering to book today.
What exactly is wrong with my meatloaf?
I like it. Most of the time,
Wait,
it's pretty
most
good.
of the time?
Well, most
Pretty
yeah,
good?
Kind of, yeah.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan?
For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
Seems like nobody in America agrees on much of anything these days.
But can we agree the federal government shouldn't tax people into poverty?
If you work full-time, you should be able to afford your basic needs. Don't you think? We're the patriotic millionaires.
We believe your full-time job should cover what it costs to live. You think your first $45,000 of income should be tax-free.
And multimillionaires?
We should pay more to fund your tax cut. Go to first45taxfree.com to learn more. A working class tax cut paid for by millionaires. That's an idea we can all agree on.
A fresh perspective on the great outdoors.
What did you do this week that was fun? My weekly Wisco was actually going to be the snowfall. Now that's enough for the year. That's my opinion of it.
Now you're over it.
I'm over the snowfall. It is nice for hunting because you can see the animals a little more clearly, but I will take the end of the snowfall.
Raised in Wisco with Joel Clayfish and Danielle Fairman. Find the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Join me, Tom Hartman, each and every weekday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tom Hartman program right here on Civic Media. I talk about the issues that all Wisconsinites can get behind, from unrigging our economy so it works for all of us, not just the billionaire class, to improving our representative.
Oh, when the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof.
That's warm today.
And your shoes get so hot, you wish your tired feet were fireproof.
Where do you go? I wish. Where do you go?
Oh, yeah. Down by the sea.
What happens?
On a blanket with my baby's where I'll be.
It's John and Gordy in the afternoon.
Business. We don't want to know.
Oh,
okay. Let's see. Yeah, numbers 855-752-4842. And we were talking about going back to something we mentioned at the beginning of the show.
Trump accounts. I want to bring that up again. We haven't really finished discussing this. And if Tom could just give us a call back, that would be fantastic. I want to hear what you had to say about this. The Trump accounts are, there's a problem right off the bat because it's called a Trump account. So
he likes to brand everything. That's just what he does.
Well, I'll tell you what, the next president better change this name immediately.
Yeah.
All right. So I just can't
See, my problem with that is so many of his other projects are self-serving that having his name on it makes me think of all of the Trump things that have failed, like Trump Steaks and Trump College and Trump casinos that he bankrupted.
Right.
Like,
that's a really good point.
I think it is a great idea to start investment for kids to set them up better in life.
Yeah.
I don't think I can trust it with his name on it.
Well, you're not alone.
Well,
and plus no other president has ever done that. You know?
So we'll see what happens. Now the IRS is going to create these accounts. It's going to be officially within the government. So Trump, I don't think, will have his hands on it unless his toadies have their hands on it. But again, it's accounts created between January 1st in 2025 to December 31st, 2028. Children born within that time period will get the $1,000, but all children will get the $250 from the Dell family, Michael and Susan Dell. They're contributing $250, and they're going to expand the amount of accounts, add to the Trump accounts.
Okay.
And that'll be, I believe, where did I say it? 25 million kids will probably get accounts. That's pretty cool. I mean,
so
not only will the account be there and there'll be money in it, the family will be able to add to it. And I think it'll, I think it'll create a little incentive to save.
So in the grand scheme of things, you have approved this plan.
No, I'm
And
tentatively thinking it's a good idea.
You're giving it
until I
a big
find some-
thumbs up.
So far, I haven't seen a lot of material on this.
Cautiously optimistic.
I am cautiously optimistic.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Thank
All
you,
right.
Aaron. The reality, again, it's $250. It doesn't dissolve poverty or anything like that, but it gets 25 million families, according to this story, comfortable with investing and compounding. 75% of zip codes qualify under $150,000, including middle-class families who don't need it, which means this is either the smartest philanthropic innovation in decades or the most sophisticated PR play ever to get people to invest money. Right?
Well, yeah.
Right. See, that's the other part that makes me a little skeptical.
Well, Trump does know a lot of billionaires. He knows a lot of
Yeah.
people with money, and maybe this is something new to get some of those people to cough up some of their gazillions of dollars and chip in.
Yes, because the Dell family is suggesting other people do it. Why don't we listen? Let's listen to that other cut I have on this. This is Michael and Susan Dell making the announcement. Cut 141. All right.
We believe the smartest investment that we can make is an investment in children. And this act has created a platform for families and friends and communities and companies and philanthropists to contribute to these accounts to create a savings and opportunity and hope and prosperity for tens of millions of children in this country. And Susan and I are super excited to announce our $6.25 billion gift to 25 million American children, 10 and under, and our gift will cover most of the children that are 10 and under that are not part of the federal program, the 0 to 2-year-olds, and who also live in zip codes where the median income is $150,000 or less. And I have spoken with a number of other wealthy Americans, philanthropists, and we are confident that others will join us because we all understand the incredible impact that a gift like this can have on the lives of young Americans. So again, it's a great honor for us to be here to be able to announce this. When I was 8 years old, I got a passbook savings account and I had, I think about $8 in it. And you go to the savings and loan and you give them a quarter and they'd stamp your account. And I got to see the power of compound interest early in my life. And that has brought me here to this moment. And hopefully will inspire that kind of opportunity for many more young people in this country.
But yeah, I just feel some sincerity in all of that.
Yeah.
So I think it could work. And those are some of the details of this. Here's a more skeptical input on that. They gave each child less than the cost of an iPad and called it a revolution. $250, not per month, not per year, once. Enough to buy stocks in the same corporations that automated their parents out of a job. This isn't an investment. It's a participation trophy for poverty.
Who said that? Somebody.
It's just a
random comment.
Just a random comment on this. The loyalty chip for the new plantation.
Oh wow! Okay.
All right.
That's another take.
Hard hitting takes on this thing here.
Well, I can see that with AI coming along.
It's kind of interesting.
Maybe taking some jobs, a lot of jobs. Maybe this is
the way to go. Yeah.
All right. News, sports, and weather updates straight ahead. Then we're back with more of John and Gordy in the afternoon on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I just want the easy money. Oh, I could get lucky. Easy money.
This is 92.7 WMDX Columbus, Madison's real news and great conversation. A Civic Media station. WMDXradio.com.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Authorities in Rhode Island releasing new video showing a person of interest in the Brown University mass shooting that killed 2 students and wounded 9 others. They're asking for the public's help to identify the person. ABC's Whit Johnson is on scene and says the manhunt has prompted extra security measures in Rhode Island. ABC's Rena Roy.
They are turning, though, to the public for help, offering that $50,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. And I do want to point out that these videos, police say, were taken right here where we are standing in front of the engineering building where this shooting happened. And they are short clips, but it seems like that police are trying to really piece together these small moments to paint a bigger picture and to create a timeline to figure out where he might be right now.
The Pentagon announced U.S. forces carried out 3 more strikes on alleged drug boats in the Caribbean today, killing 8 people. This is ABC News.
Your neighbors are talking. Leaders are deciding. Madison's story unfolds daily on 92.7 WMDX.
For 92.7 WMDX News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. Today is day 2 of the federal trial for Milwaukee judge Hannah Dugan. Stuart J. Waddles takes us to the courthouse.
Free Judge Dugan and ICE out of our courts. Free Judge Dugan! Free Judge Dugan! Free Judge Dugan! Free Judge Dugan! Free Judge Dugan!
Christine Newman-Ortiz, co-founder and executive director of Voces de la Frontera, was one of the speakers prior to opening statements in the trial of Judge Hannah Dugan.
Today we're gathered in the frigid cold, standing together in community. We're here to send a clear message to the nation. Our communities are under attack. Immigrants, especially Black, Brown, and Asian immigrants, are being denied the most basic protections under the law.
The trial is underway. She's accused of helping an undocumented immigrant slip past ICE. Prosecutors will have to prove that she meant to obstruct justice. Interim U.S. Attorney Brad Schimmel said in a recent interview, Dugan rejected a plea deal before opening statements.
Meanwhile, Wisconsin's only way to watch the legislative process from anywhere has gone dark. Wisconsin Eye is basically our version of C-SPAN. They stream the legislature, the Supreme Court, the executive branch. But for months, they'd warned about a huge budget gap. They're a nonprofit. They're not funded by the state. CEO Kevin Hankis talking to Civic Media's Pat Kreitlow.
In the last 18 months, Wisconsin Eye has made 52 well-qualified, well-developed donor requests. And those are of individuals, businesses, and formal foundation proposals. 52, totaling $9.2 million. And all of them have been declined.
Hankis hopes this shutdown is temporary and that lawmakers, donors, and advocates come together to find a solution. I'm Savannah Tomei Olson, 92.7 WMDX News.
It's the Packers and the Bears again. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NFL. The Packers back at practice on a short week. They'll play the Bears in Chicago Saturday night, game time 7:20. Green Bay had 10 penalties for 72 yards in their loss to the Broncos. 4 penalties by left tackle Rasheed Walker, quarterback Jordan Love.
We just got to do a great job of trying to focus and have great communication so we don't have some of those penalties, the ones that we can clean up. But, there's always going to be penalties, but I think those things they always hinder drives and put you in a tougher spot than you need to be in.
NBA, the Bucks are at home Thursday night against the Toronto Raptors. The Bucks' Kevin Porter Jr. losing to the rebuilding Nets by 45 points Sunday night in Brooklyn.
I think we came out a little lax, still probably too confident from the last game and, underestimated how this Brooklyn team prepared, and we didn't prepare the right way.
That's Kevin Porter Jr. with Sports on Mike Clemens.
Construction barrels bloom every spring. So do opinions. WMDX, guiding Madison through life's most predictable surprises.
I'm meteorologist Rodney Price. Even more clouds on the way as we head into the afternoon. Highs in the mid-30s, southwest winds. Tonight, evening clouds, then they'll thin out just a bit. West winds, lows in the mid-20s. On Wednesday, skies turning mostly sunny, highs in the mid-30s. Currently 35 degrees.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Where working people come to talk. It's the Rick Smith Show, weeknights at 9 on the Civic Media Radio Network. Join me for an honest approach to the issues American working families care about. No talking points, no focus groups. Get ready for a heavy dose of democracy, fairness, grit, and no apologies. It's current affairs from a working class labor perspective. Facts are center, science is real, and everyone gets a seat at the table. The Rick Smith Show, weeknights at 9 on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Pete Schwaba. On the next Nightlight, I'm joined by Joey's song founder, Mike Gamal. Erica and Scott from Comedy City are in the studio, and comedian Boris Hamilton makes his first appearance. Let's light it up.
Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 5 to 8 p.m.
Connect. John and Gordy, your afternoon escape.
Story here. Meryl Streep and Martin Short want to take the next step and get hitched. Married.
What?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
No, I did not know that there was
I didn't either.
A thing between Meryl Streep and Martin Short.
No.
Yeah.
Where's that coming from?
I think Murder's in the Building. I think she appeared as a guest on there.
Okay.
But that's where they are certainly, mingling. And I guess there's a divorce that's holding them up. Meryl Streep is in the process of getting a divorce. So that's holding them up.
You think this is a real story?
According to Yahoo Entertainment, the world's most reliable news source, Martin Short is, quote, getting impatient, unquote, waiting on Meryl Streep's divorce to be finalized.
Is that so?
Yeah. Promises, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get divorced. Yeah.
Well, we'll keep track of that important story.
I know.
That doesn't. They seem like an unlikely couple, but what do I know? Okay,
I didn't know that. I didn't know
they were an
coming at all.
I don't know. It's John Peterson. I'm Gordy Young, along with our producer, Aaron Zommers. We're broadcasting live from our WMDX studios, the headquarters of Civic Media.
I want to try something here. And, Aaron, I'm going to put you to work on this thing.
Okay, get ready, Aaron.
All right.
I'm going to ask you to pause endlessly in this next cut. Okay. We'll try to get through it. It's about indoctrination. Or trying to reverse the 60s, in other words.
Okay. Go back in time.
They really don't like, conservatives hate the 60s and 70s, early 70s, because so much happened, so much change, and so much positive change at the time. They want to just take it all back. And this is an instructor telling us what we should do in education. And I'm going to signal you to just pause, okay? When I find a good spot here. Go ahead. Let's start listening to here. Let me just give the introduction. A public school system is designed to indoctrinate children into CRT, critical race theory, gender ideology, climate ideology, feminism, and atheism. And every day, more parents realize that if you want to protect your child from the woke mind virus, you have to start young. You get kind of an idea, okay, where this guy is going, right?
Right.
Okay. So I just want to kind of pepper my comments in here.
All right.
Everyone worries about the university indoctrination that happens up here, but it is the crooked foundation of the public school system that makes university indoctrination possible. Everything in school is filtered through the Marxist lens of oppressed versus oppressors. So schools introduce gender ideology, and anyone who's against it is framed as intolerant.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
So, and that would be framed correctly. Okay.
All right.
Just to let you know, and this is all based on writings from the past about what happened in the 60s. And they're taking those writings as though it was some kind of doctrine. It's not. It was just articles talking about, the movements that took place.
Sure. Civil rights, the war.
Feminist movement, the whole thing, right?
These people really like to use the word Marxist for anything they don't like.
Yes. Yeah. They just throw that in there. So let's continue.
Introduce critical race theory, and anyone who's against it is framed as racist. The school introduced.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't want, and by the way, critical race theory is not taught in school. So, maybe college, but not in school. So this is just obviously when they have something like this included in their discussion, it's a tip off saying they're just making stuff up. Let's go.
This is feminism. And if you go against it, you're a misogynist or part of the patriarchy.
Boy, that is true, isn't it? I mean, if you're not for feminism, then
you're a misogynist.
Well, you are. And I just take a look in the mirror right now. Oh, okay, keep going.
And they introduce socialism, and anyone who's against that is privileged. Now, more often than not, in fact, most of the time, this isn't happening overtly, but it's subtly embedded into curriculum.
There you go. So they're imagining it's in the curriculum. It's so subtle that no one's noticing it, but it is there. All right, let's continue. Okay.
So, for example, when they teach about slavery, and they do this in elementary school, they teach that the U.S. had slavery, that people were stolen from their homes, that there was abuse, mistreatment, and we all know this. Everyone agrees that slavery was a really bad thing and there shouldn't be slavery.
Okay. Now, we know that because we were taught that.
Right. It was in the school.
It was in the school.
Yeah, it was in
we
the
know that
textbooks.
because of that. Okay.
Right.
So we're going to cut that off now so the kids now don't know that. Okay, let's continue.
They don't teach that the United States had banned slavery in 7 states when the rest of the world had only banned it in 7 countries. So in 1776, 90 to 95% of the world was actively practicing slavery. And this was the norm on every continent. And in
Hold on. Now I want to pause.
Now you stopped it. Okay.
So
yeah.
Just because everyone else is doing it means that we shouldn't say, and that was bad?
That's what I would have
kind of
said.
what they're
That's
implying.
what I would have said at 10. He's going to bring up Jefferson in this. Listen.
In spite of this, Thomas Jefferson tried to get slavery abolished in the original draft of the Declaration of Independence. And in 1833, England abolished slavery. The United States did in 1865, and the rest of the world followed that example.
After the Civil War.
Right.
I mean, you just they just
by the way, we
optionally
had a
say
war.
we're done with slavery. Just skip past the damn Civil War. Okay, let's continue.
Africa, Asia. So within proper historical context, the American story is one of liberation, but the Marxist lens requires the oppressed versus the oppressors. So if you were to make these arguments in school, you would be failed, shamed in front of the class, and probably sent to the principal's office.
No. That would never happen. Who's going to shame a kid for answering anything in class? They always say this. They always make it seem like you're picked on because you're a conservative or you have conservative thought. They're not going to send you to the principal's office. Just watching this guy, my head exploded, and that's why I had to bring it to your attention. There's stuff like this out there. I don't even know, and I don't care. I hope we never hear from this guy again.
Okay.
But let's continue.
Because this is designed to keep America divided so that we could be easily conquered. And to all the Marxists who love to tell me that I'm wrong, you really need to look up the Frankfurt School, as it expanded the ideas of Marxism, developed the oppressed versus oppressor framework, and its aim was to use race, gender, and sexuality to usher in cultural Marxism. And it started infiltrating academia in the 1960s.
Okay, let me just say this here. This is just a guy who wrote this paper,
right?
Talking about the movements that took place in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
And it was a social movement. And all he did was write about it. It wasn't where he was saying, okay, now let's teach kids this in schools and incorporate it. And even if he did say that, well, I don't know if he had that much pull in the country to change all of education.
By the way, a quick Wikipedia search.
Yeah.
To find, and so Wikipedia, publicly editable, which in spite of the perception that makes it less accurate, it makes it more accurate because anybody can correct it. Quote, cultural Marxism is a far-right anti-Semitic conspiracy theory that misrepresents Western Marxism, especially the Frankfurt School, as being responsible for modern progressive movements, identity politics, and political correctness.
Well, perfect.
Unquote.
Perfect. That's
It is
exactly it.
Made up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There you go. I know I've stumbled on something big here. Thanks, Aaron. You really kind of just nailed it. Okay, let's hear. Is there more?
Is there more?
Okay, let's
The
listen.
result is what you see today. And our kids and our country deserve so much better. Check out my private homeschool community. And Cubs to Bears, books, classicallearner.com.
Yes, what? Okay.
That did make sense.
It didn't make sense because he was showing you books. These are like children's books.
Cubs to Bear. Okay.
Yes, Cubs to Bears and all.
Okay.
Of course, all of these crazy people have children's books, right? Cash Patel, children's book.
When are we going to come out with John and Gordy children's books?
That's it. That's our. Let's go back to series. Let's go back to children's books.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that was fascinating.
Well, that is fascinating, isn't it? It's kind of interesting. These people are out there. They're putting presentations together like this guy. He had a whiteboard and he had a drawing on it, and where he said the foundation was crooked.
Yeah.
And it was funny because the drawing showed a building on a hill.
Okay.
And that was the crooked foundation.
foundation.
I'm thinking, oh God, that is not a good representation at all. And higher learning was at the top floor, where they teach CRT.
Sure. Okay.
But I just thought I'd bring that to everybody's attention. And, the MAGAs, they think they know all of this stuff. And of course, that guy is a homeschooler. He would much rather sell his books, Cubs to Bears, to the homeschoolers who want to waste more money on that.
Why not?
One of the things I know that, during COVID, we went online. A lot of people went online, had to go online. And a lot of schools weren't ready for it because no one's designed any kind of system that would work. And the online schools that are out there already, and I know McFarland, I don't know if they are part of that yet or not, but there was a online school that had very, very poor performance ratings.
Yeah.
Very bad. And they weren't the only ones. All across the country, these online schools had very poor performance ratings. So when you hear about these online schools taking over or becoming very popular, in fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Trump wants to put college online for those who can't afford to go to college. It'll be the free Trump College, online college courses.
Really?
Yes.
Well, he had Trump University.
I know.
before,
Now
so-
he wants to go back.
And it went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yes. But
It was fraudulent, allegedly.
Allegedly.
yeah.
I think it was proven, but I don't remember.
No,
so I'm saying
yes.
No, it was
Yeah,
proven.
they had to pay money back to people. Yes.
Yeah, because they were promised, success getting out of the school, and no one succeeded.
Some things, even when they're free, are not worth the time. And fraudulent education, I would consider in that category.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. So let's not look forward to the Trump online college.
Okay.
Because I'm picturing, the old matchbooks. Trump College online. Call now. Become a great success. Start your own casinos.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Matchbooks. Forgot that they had advertising on matchbooks.
You're
Wow.
right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big deal back in the old days.
I
Okay.
know.
Coming up at a little after 4:30, we're going to be talking to Angela Hanks, Chief of Policy Programs at the Century Foundation and former Consumer Financial Protection Bureau officials, talking about holiday prices and holiday shopping, how to save a little bit of money this holiday season. And we'll take more of your phone calls at 855-752-4842.
I think we're going to get into a little idiocracy.
Oh, yes.
Coming up.
All right. That's coming up after the Midwest Food and Farm Report here on John and Gordy in the afternoon.
Push it back, way back.
Because democracy deserves a little airtime. WMDX.
Happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays.
Oh, hello, everyone. Judy Summers from Summers Tree Farm, located on Rocky Dell Road, 3 miles west of Middleton, exit 250 Airport Road. The farm opens the day after Thanksgiving, 8 to 5 daily. We close at noon Christmas Eve. Visit our website at summerschristmastreefarm.com. We look forward to seeing you. Happy holidays from the Summers family.
Herbal Aspect has landed. That's right. Madison's go-to cannabis destination now has a brand new location in Sun Prairie.
Wait, 4 locations? That's a high level of convenience.
With 3 Madison locations and now Sun Prairie, a great cannabis experience is always close by. Our expert staff is here to help, whether you walk in, call, or order online. Mention Radio 420 and get a special discount. So stop by Herbal Aspect in Sun Prairie, because great cannabis isn't just a pipe dream.
Nice. I'm rolling over now.
Herbal Aspect.
You want to feel important.
You want to be part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong.
We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more.
When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it.
We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors.
From the lake shores of Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota,
the fertile fields of Indiana, Illinois, and Iowa, to the wide open plains of North and South Dakota,
we are here for our hometowns.
And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard, aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aim to over.
As the 21st century began, human evolution was at a turning point, a dumbing down, until humanity was incapable of solving even its most basic problems.
What an idiot.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
What the f***'s going on around here?
Holy shit.
Idiocracy.
For the smartest guy in the world, you're pretty dumb sometimes.
Yes. All the time. John and Gordy in the afternoon.
Phones are open. 855-752-4842. That's 855-75-CIVIC.
All right. Now that we've discovered that there are people out there trying to destroy public education with lies, well,
yeah,
they got to turn them in. That's how it is.
Okay.
Trump had some beautiful words that were destroyed and turned into negative words on the BBC.
Oh, is that why he's suing them?
Yes, he's suing the BBC.
Yeah.
And why don't we just hear cut 133, this man-child whining and complaining about what he supposedly didn't say.
Okay.
In a little while, you'll be seeing I'm suing the BBC for putting words in my mouth, literally. They put words in my mouth.
Literally.
They had me saying things that I never said coming out. I guess they used AI or something. So we'll be bringing that lawsuit. A lot of people are asking, when are you bringing that lawsuit? Even the media can't believe that one. They actually put terrible words in my mouth having to do with January 6th that I didn't say. And the beautiful words that I said. Right? The beautiful words.
Yes, beautiful words.
Talking about patriotism and all of the good things that I said. They didn't say that, but they put terrible words. They actually have me speaking with words that I never said. And they got caught because I believe somebody at BBC said, this is so bad, it has to be reported. That's called fake news. So we'll be filing that suit probably this afternoon or tomorrow morning.
There you go.
Wow. So what did he
Allegedly.
say?
Don't know.
He's saying he didn't say.
Don't know. I did a little search and I didn't find anything right away, but still working on that story. Well, I don't have all the time in the world. look all this stuff up.
Okay.
Okay. How about this? This is a bombshell. Trump vows to drop truckloads of proof of the 2020 election that it was
What?
rigged. He's got
proof?
truckloads of this stuff. Yes, let's listen to cut 138 and hear it right from the man-child's mouth.
That's all they're good at cheating in elections. Very good at cheating. They're professionals at cheating because we won in 2016 by a lot. The election was rigged in 2020. We have all the ammunition, all the stuff, and you'll see it come out. It's coming out in truckloads.
All right, there you go. Truckloads of it just dumped right out in the street someplace.
Okay.
Can't wait to see that one, right? It's probably just from some hoarder's house, and they want to make it look like something. But yeah, we're waiting for that one.
So that back to the BBC thing.
Yeah,
it's a $10 billion lawsuit.
Yeah,
$10 billion.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to get out of them.
Is there anything listed there about what they supposedly inserted?
Let me see. It's not coming up immediately. No.
All right. Well, let's get to this. We talked about the horrific thing that Trump posted on social media about Rob Reiner.
Oh, right? God.
And of course, he received a lot of blowback on that, and he certainly was unaffected by it because he's a sociopath. So anyway, a reporter did ask him the question. So let's listen to what his response is.
I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. It was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. So he became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country.
There you go. So he took it all back and wait, he did not do that. All right. So one person is really bad for the country. Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess he's not going to make up for that one. All right. Maybe when he's broadcasting at 8:00. Is that tonight?
That's tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night.
8:00.
Gee, I can't wait.
Set your timer. Yeah.
Okay.
Back to that BBC thing.
Lawsuit.
Yeah, the lawsuit is for $10 billion over the editing of a documentary. It's just editing. They didn't do any AI on it, apparently. They just edited. But he's claiming that it made it sound like he was saying something different from what he was actually trying to get across.
Well, that's not hard to do.
It's a 46-page lawsuit filed in federal court in Miami.
Good.
So, yeah.
Good.
We'll find out more.
Guy spends more time in courts than anybody ever.
He's got teams of lawyers.
His Wikipedia page on litigations is enormous.
Oh, really? Somebody's taken a list, huh? Wow. All right. How about the U.S. military adding 3 more strikes?
Okay.
Over the last couple of days.
Yeah, that's right.
They killed 8 people
suspected
of engaging in narco trafficking. Southcom wrote on X that they were part of a terrorist organization in international waters and deserve to be blown right out of the water.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, at least 95 people so far, unlawful combatants, have been killed as part of the campaign Operation Southern Spear.
They're in international waters, and even if they were terrorists, that's still illegal.
International waters.
It's still illegal.
Yep. Yeah.
But they don't get that. So,
and the thing is, they're coming right out and making it seem like it's normal to attack people in international waters because they're using international waters to explain it.
Yeah.
So now it's okay. And we're kind of accepting the fact and not even following the boat blowing up situation anymore. I mean, no one's talking about it, right? I mean, 8 more people.
Yeah.
No one mentioned it.
Nope.
So it's normalized.
We've got some news straight ahead. Then we'll be back with more of your phone calls. 855-752-4842. It's John and Gordy. Stay with us.
92.7 WMDX. Less noise, more nuance. From the Capitol to your kitchen table, Madison's biggest stories live right here on 92.7 WMDX.
Wisconsin has had its first case of the bird flu confirmed in a dairy herd in Dodge County. And a lot of people might be wondering, what does this mean for our dairy products? I'm Ben Jarbo at the Midwest Farm Report, and Grace Atherton, the communications director for the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association, is here to explain how pasteurization works to make sure our dairy products are still safe to consume.
Well, we know from the research that both pasteurization and thermization, which is just another form of heat treating milk, both of those methods work to inactivate highly pathogenic avian influenza so that it's not infectious anymore. And what that tells us, that research, as USDA and DATCAP have also noted, is that there's no concern of these detections of HPAI in a dairy herd impacting the commercial supply of milk and cheese that consumers enjoy every day.
Grace Atherton, the communications director for the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association. For the Midwest Farm Report, I'm Ben Jarbo, and we'll see how the markets look on the close right after this.
The Beatles, Stonehenge, the Tower of London. Where are we headed? Yep, that's right. We are on our way to London, Wales, and the Lake District, March 22nd through the 31st, and I'm inviting you to join me. We'll take in the best of Britain, from country life to the bustling cities. We'll start in London with a guided city tour, followed by the Churchill War Rooms and a scenic River Thames cruise. In Wales, you'll get a taste of farm life at Tai Tanglewist Dairy and step through centuries of culture at St. Fagan's National Museum of History. Onward to England with immersive visits to Ludlow Farm Shop and Lower Drayton Farm. From there, reliving the legacy of the Fab Four at the Beatles Story Museum. Visit Beatrix Potter's beloved Hilltop Farm and then wrap it up with a tour of Quarry Bank Mill, one of the best preserved cotton mills of the Industrial Revolution. Details now at holidayvacations.com, keyword Pam, where you can request a brochure, watch a travel show, and book this tour.
Welcome back. I'm Ben Jarbo with the Midwest Farm Report. Now let's take a look at how the markets closed on this Tuesday. Cash corn closed down 3 1/4 at 436.5, with new crop corn down 1 1/2 at 459.5. Cash soybeans closed down 9 cents at 1068 3/4, and new crop soybeans closed down 8 1/4 at 1080 1/4. March wheat closed down 11 1/4 at 509.5, with July wheat down 8 1/2 at 529 3/4. January Class 3 milk contracts saw a bit of a rise after those middays, up 9 cents at 15.85 a hundredweight, but February contracts are down 2 cents at 15.64 a hundredweight. 40-pound blocks of cheese closed up 1 3/4 at 139 3/4, and butter closed up 1 1/4 at 145 1/4. For the Midwest Farm Report, I'm Ben Jarbo.
Local news, real voices, and conversations that count. That's Madison. And that's 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Rodney Price. Even more clouds on the way as we head into the afternoon. Highs in the mid-30s, southwest winds. Tonight, evening clouds, then they'll thin out just a bit. West winds, lows in the mid-20s. On Wednesday, skies turning mostly sunny, highs in the mid-30s. Currently 35 degrees.
Pete Schwaba.
A mom popped into elementary school to deliver some paperwork, leaving her 10-year-old son in the car outside. They found the car in the garage and the child in the house with the dad. He had an argument with his mom and decided to drive himself home. Officers declined to charge the boy because he's too young to be held criminally responsible.
Put that kid in juvie, baby.
Don't worry, officer. We're going to ground him.
Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 5 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
are falling all around. Time I was on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged. Such a pleasant stay. But now it's time for me to go.
It's building, man. It's building.
Yeah.
John and Gordy in the afternoon. It's building.
Let's get into the good part, man.
Where you start screaming.
But now I smell the rain, and with it pain, and it's heading my way.
It's your little Led Zeppelin break here.
That's us talking up the ramp.
It's John and Gordy in the afternoon.
It is.
Civic Media Radio Network, 855-752-4842.
Mm-hmm. All right, now let's get to sad news for country singers or country people. Country music icon Joe Ely passed away at the age of 78.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. You very unique voice. Love that voice.
Sorry to hear that.
Yep. Yeah. Let's get to Elon Musk now. And he certainly wants to relive the 60s racial destruction of majority black communities. This is an interesting story about a data center that he is part of. It is just amazing. It's out in Boxtown, 90% black. Let's listen to the story here.
Behind me is the world's largest AI supercomputer built by Elon Musk. Inside, hundreds of thousands of processors. The systems used to power the AI chatbot Grok, which Musk hopes will soon overtake ChatGPT. This center, called Colossus, requires massive amounts of water and energy to power. And when the Memphis grid was unable to offer sufficient power, Musk installed more than 30 turbines pumping out methane gas. It's also this horrible kind of sulfurous smell in the air which hits the back of the throat. It's so bad, residents don't want to open their windows.
Just be here 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So we breathe in this air every day.
Boxtown is a 90% black neighborhood that sits a mile from Colossus. Residents believe the fumes from the site have made the polluted suburb even more noxious.
Did everything behind closed doors. Who does that? Who moves to another state and can start building a power plant without pulling out a single piece of paper?
Elon Musk chose Memphis because authorities were willing to waive planning regulations to help him build his supercomputer. In just 122 days, he turned a former appliance factory into Colossus.
This is not the first time Memphis has been duped. They get duped all the time because they're looking for the dollars.
After public pressure, XAI has reduced the number of turbines, but Musk has already begun building Colossus 2 a few miles away. Neither center is expected to create many jobs, and when asked, Grok itself tells us there is no evidence of planned direct investments into the Boxtown community.
And it's environmental racism, it's environmental degradation, it's environmental injustice. It's about making them more money. I'm not making more millions or billions from XAI or OpenAI or ChatGPT. So who's really profiting? But a lot of us are dealing with the burden of these facilities, whether it be in our utility bills going up, water being exhausted or polluted, air being polluted against our will, all for the benefit of billionaires and billion-dollar corporations.
In Memphis, the city where Martin Luther King was assassinated, many residents believe their battle with Musk is a continuation of the 1950s and 1960s civil rights struggles.
Yep.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay.
Another disaster story that involves a data center.
Mm-hmm.
Colossus. Anything with a name like that has got to be evil, right? Whatever you do.
Colossus.
Wow.
Yeah, these data centers just seem to be popping up all over the place and issues with all of them.
I mean, let's hope that these local communities do the best research they can possibly do and make sure that something like this and other stories that we've had here on the program don't happen in our local communities in Wisconsin. You certainly can't let them get away with this kind of act. I can't believe it. Sulfur in your air constantly.
Yes. Oh,
wow.
boy. Yeah.
Can't be good for the health. So anyway, that's Elon taking advantage of loose regulations or no regulations.
There's another big story that's just breaking today. The Susie Wiles.
Yes.
You know, she's the chief of staff of Donald Trump. And she did a Vanity Fair interview, and I guess it's got 2 parts. And she's already backtracking on this. It's hitting, it's hitting.
Of course she is.
Yeah, it's hitting the fan.
Yeah.
But here's some takeaways from this interview that she did. Susie Wild, not exactly flattering toward Pam Bondi or Elon Musk or J.D. Vance. She has some harsh words for them. This whole article makes it seem like she's on her way out, and this is
that's
just
what it would seem like.
You know.
Yeah.
Also, she undercut Trump's public message on the boat strikes in Venezuela. She's breaking bad on that.
Well, yeah, she said that the president has an alcoholic's personality.
Right. Yes. And she's coming across as a willing enabler of that personality.
Yeah.
And she also admits Trump is out for retribution. I mean, she's just saying that out loud.
Yeah.
And again, now Rubio is also part of this article. I guess they got him for some quotes, and he says he's going to defer to J.D. Vance if J.D. Vance wants to run in 2028. He's not going to counter that.
Well, I don't know, man. He's making some very big mistakes on his little speaking tours.
J.D. Vance?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Well,
what is wrong? You know, I don't play a lot of J.D. Vance here, but, you know, it's just, they're just really dumb comments.
Yeah. But anyway, all that is hitting the fan.
Yeah.
And we'll see where this goes. But it sounds like she's, she may be
Susie
walking
Wiles,
out the door soon. I don't.
This is just high functioning. She says this is the quote: high functioning alcoholics or alcoholics in general, their personalities are exaggerated when they drink. And so I'm a little bit of an expert in big personalities. And that's what she's saying.
This is the head of the, yes. I mean, this is the chief of staff saying this stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see where that goes. How long she's going to be around, I don't know.
Trump shrugged off the assessment in an interview with the New York Post, saying he agreed he had a possessive and addictive type personality. He tamped down speculation Wiles' job may be in trouble. I didn't read it, but I don't really read Vanity Fair. And she's done a fantastic job.
Well, she also broke bad on Elon Musk, saying that he is a ketamine user and that she thinks he's microdosing. Well, welcome to the club. We all think, I think we all thought that. Bouncing around the White House.
Well, Trump signed an executive order to classify illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. Now, we played that cut from The Daily Show. Jon Stewart made a connection with this, the comparison between Venezuela and Iraq. And it's the weapons of mass destruction.
Right. We're hearing the
and
same thing.
Now this is really catching on. That whole idea itself is catching on. Everybody's starting to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
It says here, today I'm taking one more step to protect Americans from this. Well, that's Walter Cronkite. I don't want to do. I don't want to do a Walter Cronkite impression.
Yeah, Trump is. Yeah, it's hard to do. Actually, I tried to do a Trump. I can't do it.
I can't either. I really can't. Anyway,
Aaron, you can do a Trump impersonation.
I don't know if it's that good. But.
Okay,
maybe I should just play the Thriller music I played yesterday under his letter, under his post, and just read over that kind of music. You know,
we could do that.
But first, why don't we, before we try anything new on this program that could actually take us off the air, let's talk to Dick.
Dick, good afternoon. What do you got for us today?
Well, maybe I can. With all this stuff that's coming out with what he said about the Reiner situation.
Oh, yeah.
And, he has compared himself favorably to Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this country's in a point, much like after the Civil War, personally, very torn apart. So can you imagine if he was to write Lincoln's second inaugural? I think I have how it would go down.
Oh.
The part where he says, I'm going to bind up the nation's wounds. Trump would say, I'm going to pour salt in the nation's wounds. And then it would be with malice towards all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
I mean, this clown, he doubles down on that yesterday afternoon. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't.
I
And,
couldn't either. It
you
just
know,
it was just really unsettling.
and like you guys have said, there is absolutely nobody that's in charge of him anymore. Well, no, not that anybody was, but you know what I'm saying. In the first administration, you had Kelly that tried to rein him in to some degree.
Yeah.
Now he's just this doddering old fool.
It was silent supervision is what it was, and no one is like that anymore. They're just catering to every need, every whim, every silly thing he says.
And letting him do whatever comes to mind.
That's right.
And it's quite scary.
I know.
Yeah, we're in scary times.
We are in scary times
No
right
doubt.
now.
No
All
doubt.
right, Dick, thanks a lot.
Well,
Come
we'll
on.
see. He has a presidential address tomorrow, 8:00 to the nation. So
Get ready for a rambling
strapping
session there.
Yes. Oh,
All
boy.
right. Mike Johnson has kept us updated on what's happening with the ACA tax credits.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes, he came out with a statement today, and I thought we'd play that. Let's hear it.
But we do have, there's about a dozen members in the conference that are in these swing districts who are fighting hard to make sure that they reduce costs for all of their constituents. And many of them did want to vote on this Obamacare, COVID era subsidy the Democrats created. We looked for a way to try to allow for that pressure release valve, and it just was not to be. We worked on it all the way through the weekend, in fact. And in the end, there was not an agreement, wasn't made. Now, everybody was at the table in good faith. And I certainly appreciate the views and the opinions of every member of this conference. But I will tell you one thing they will all join in unity on is voting for this bill that we've been discussing this morning. Because again, instead of just trying to assist 7% of Americans, this is for 100% of Americans. And we can handle that and do that together. I hope that Democrats will come along with us. If they're serious about solving the problem and bringing down cost of healthcare, they'll all fully support it as well. But I think you're going to see they're playing politics with this.
No, I don't think so at all. I think you're playing politics with it. Of course, he just said if they're serious about bringing down the cost of healthcare, it's not going to happen. I mean, healthcare has gone up all around the world. All other systems, even the ones that are universal systems of healthcare, the price is going up because of the cost of the equipment and some of the drugs that are used. Those countries tamp down all of those costs, make them minimal, the increases. We do not do that here in this country, and it gets more and more expensive. That's the problem we have in this country with healthcare. And Mike Johnson's got to know that. And there's no way of bringing down health. The only way we can control healthcare is by making sure the premiums each month go down or stay the same. And that's what the ACA has done. It hasn't lowered the cost of healthcare, but it has lowered the cost of premiums per month for every American who's on the ACA.
And we'll be back with more of your phone calls and much more of John and Gordy in the afternoon after this.
77 square miles surrounded by reality, and we cover all of it. This is 92.7 WMDX Madison and on the Civic Media app.
This Christmas, the Aaron Weber Group is working harder than Cousin Eddie trying to plug in his RV without blowing a fuse.
Yep, while I'm out here testing the electrical system, Aaron's helping folks find homes in Madison faster than Clark Griswold can say, "Where's the Tylenol?"
Tired of cramped living spaces, surprised relatives who just need a place to crash, or appliances with personalities?
Then head over to movetomadison.com. Aaron's got the good stuff. Real homes, real deals, zero exploding Christmas lights.
The Aaron Weber Group at Compass, making moves smoother than Eddie's holiday wardrobe choices.
Yep.
Does Wisconsin have a law on minors getting birth control without parental consent? No. 9 states, including Wisconsin, have no law specifying whether minors can get contraception without parental consent. But Wisconsin teens can access birth control on their own through Title X clinics and a state program that provides free contraceptives to low-income minors. Some providers may still require consent, and parents could learn of contraception through insurance billing. CDC data shows teen sexual activity has declined, with 32% of high school students reporting ever having sex in 2023, down from 47% in 2013. I'm Trisha Young for Wisconsin Watch. Fact briefs are bite-sized fact checks of trending claims produced by Wisconsin Watch and GigaFact. Read more at wisconsinwatch.org.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-939-2525. That's 800-939-2525. 800-939-2525.
This is Robert Pilot, host of Native Roots Radio. On our show, we talk about Native issues like treaties, protecting Mother Earth, and holding our elected officials accountable. You'll also hear from Turtle Island voices like Arvina Martin, State Representative Heather Keeler, Ruth Anna Buffalo, Dr. Anthony Stately, State Senator Mary Kunish, Robert Lilligren, and Bob Blake. Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues.
Native Roots Radio, weeknights at 8 on your local Civic Media radio station.
Sonny's playing 8-ball at the joint where Sherry works, when some drunken out-of-towner put his hand up Sherry's skirt. Sonny took his pool cue, laid the drunk out on the floor, stuffed $1 in her tip jar, walked on out the door. She's running right behind him, reaching for his hand. The road goes on forever, and the party never ends.
Passed away, age 78. Great voice. This is one of the greatest songs. John and Gordy in the afternoon on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Phone lines are open if you want to get in right now. Is a good time. 855-752-4842. We were talking about that story a while back here about Trump accounts, right? And this is where the federal government or Trump would have the federal government start these accounts for
exactly for about a 3-year period for newborns.
Yeah,
and they get $1,000 in the account, and then of course Michael Dell decided to put $250 into those accounts and expand the number of accounts with the IRS with the $250, and families can add up to $5,000 a year if they'd like.
Yeah. Got some comments here on the text line, and you can always text us on the Civic Media app or, jump on Facebook or StreamYard or what have you, YouTube. And this comment says, I just wonder how many kids will be created just for the money. Well,
yeah.
Okay.
What's that all about?
That's one way to look at it,
Of course,
I guess.
You have to raise them first,
Right. You can't take the money out till they're 18.
Yeah, the gold mine is at the end when they're 18, and it's for them, and it's specifically used for, I guess, school and buying a house, I believe. I can't remember what else, but there were restrictions on what you could use that money for initially.
And is it Michael Dell?
Michael Dell, yes.
He was in
Susan.
Yeah. And so they were encouraging other wealthy people to jump on board and, maybe contribute even more.
Yeah.
We'll see where that goes.
Well, I just have to read more about this. I know they get a deduction for all of this, and they can make up a lot of money. In fact, when he made this announcement, stocks went up for Dell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he made all the money back that he donated. I'm not kidding.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Now here's an aside, and I just have to say something about it. they released a couple of videos in this announcement. You heard the first one and then the other one. His wife was there and she participated in the announcement as well. Right. People are making fun of the way she looks, and I'm just disgusted by, people on X doing that and saying these horrible things about her. Please, this is really unnecessary to do something like that. Yeah. We all look the way we look, right? We age the way we age.
Yes.
Stop making fun of people just because of the way they look. It just makes me crazy.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah. I make one exception, and that is Trump. All right.
Well, he's got makeup on. That's a little. But he does his own. The problem is he does his own makeup. That's what I.
Oh, is that right?
Read. Yes. Yeah. And he doesn't know when to stop.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
Let somebody else handle that.
Man. All right, now I want to start. This next. Well, we don't have enough time.
Well, okay.
Oh, man.
Coming up in about a half hour, we're going to be talking to Angela Hanks, who is the Chief of Policy Programs at Century Foundation, talking about, holiday shopping and, how people can save money this time of year. And also look out for scams during the holiday season.
Well, it says here, Tom says, been thinking of the accounts. Bad idea to solve it. Tax the rich. There you go. That is the
okay.
We could do that anyway, Tom, even having the account. So let's go to, I've got a story here, and this is a short story. I think we can fit it in, wedge it in here.
Okay.
This worldview is strongly presented in the Trump administration. I'm not sure this is a biblical position, but try it. This is 126.
Okay.
126.
Here we go.
I know a lot of Christians, there's a lot of debate around the book of Enoch. And they talk about how bad actually were things that God had to just destroy all of it and start over. Well, it goes all the way back to the book of Enoch and the Nephilim, and then the angels that came down and slept with women and created these monstrous beings. And then they brought also pharmaceuticals to the world. We didn't used to practice that kind of witchcraft, but they brought it, and the angels these fallen angels taught humans the ways of war, how to forge weapons, how to perform abortions, pharmakia. And, and which we are battling here today, even this is something that's stuck. Pharmaceutical industries are now, it's literally witchcraft, drug addiction. It's witchcraft. It's a form of witchcraft that was taught all the way back then. And you can see that, current modern day civilization, we're getting to a point where we're transitioning children. We're doing abortions like it's birth control. And, how bad were things pre-flood before, God had to just wipe it all away?
Yes, I always talk about that.
The pre-flood area?
Yeah, the pre-flood times. Just thinking back,
God is great. God is good. God made you addicted to opioids. Is kind of what I heard there.
Yeah, I always get Facebook reminders of past photos from pre-flood times.
I think they're still looking for Noah's Ark, aren't they?
I don't know. Didn't the Noah's Ark Park go bankrupt?
I think they're still around.
Is the Dells? Are you talking about?
No, not at the Dells.
Oh.
No. Yeah,
that'll never go bankrupt.
No, that'll never go bankrupt.
One of the huge attractions there.
Yeah.
Okay
I'm talking about the one in the south where they built the Ark.
Yeah.
And, you could go in there and look at all.
Take a look at how big it was.
Wax animals or something.
Cubits it was. Yeah. Cool
all right,
stuff.
We'll get to my big story that I wanted to get to.
It's all coming up. News is next, and a sports and weather update. We're back with John and Gordy, our third hour, right around the corner.
This is 92.7 WMDX Columbus, Madison's real news and great conversation. A Civic Media station, WMDXradio.com.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In Los Angeles, prosecutors detailed charges against Nick Reiner in the stabbing deaths of his parents, director Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer. LA District Attorney Nathan Huckman says 2 counts of first-degree murder with a special circumstance of multiple murders and special allegation of using a deadly weapon.
Our office will be filing charges against Nick Reiner, who was accused of killing his parents, actor-director Rob Reiner, and photographer-producer Michelle Singer Reiner.
Nick Reiner's attorney earlier stated his client had not yet been mentally cleared to appear in court. Authorities in Rhode Island have released new video showing a person of interest at the Brown University mass shooting that killed 2 students and wounded 9 others. They're asking the public for help to identify the person of interest. Another round of heavy rain hitting the Pacific Northwest, overwhelming rivers and levees. At least 1 person is dead in Washington state due to the flooding. This is ABC News.
Parallel parking in Madison? Impossible. Finding real conversation on the radio? Probable. With 92.7 WMDX.
For 92.7 WMDX News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. Today is day 2 of the federal trial for Milwaukee judge Hannah Dugan. Stuart J. Waddles takes us to the courthouse.
Free Judge Dugan and ICE out of our courts. Free Judge Dugan! Free Judge Dugan! Free Judge Dugan! Free Judge Dugan! Free Judge Dugan!
Christine Newman-Ortiz, co-founder and executive director of Voces de la Frontera, was one of the speakers prior to opening statements in the trial of Judge Hannah Dugan.
Today we're gathered in the frigid cold, standing together in community. We're here to send a clear message to the nation. Our communities are under attack. Immigrants, especially Black, Brown, and Asian immigrants, are being denied the most basic protections under the law.
The trial is underway. She's accused of helping an undocumented immigrant slip past ICE. Prosecutors will have to prove that she meant to obstruct justice. Interim U.S. Attorney Brad Schimmel said in a recent interview, Dugan rejected a plea deal before opening statements.
Meanwhile, Wisconsin's only way to watch the legislative process from anywhere has gone dark. Wisconsin Eye is basically our version of C-SPAN. They stream the legislature, the Supreme Court, the executive branch. But for months, they'd warned about a huge budget gap. They're a nonprofit. They're not funded by the state. CEO Kevin Hankis talking to Civic Media's Pat Kreitlow.
In the last 18 months, Wisconsin Eye has made 52 well-qualified, well-developed donor requests. And those are of individuals, businesses, and formal foundation proposals. 52, totaling $9.2 million. And all of them have been declined.
Hankis hopes this shutdown is temporary and that lawmakers, donors, and advocates come together to find a solution. I'm Savannah Tomei Olson, 92.7 WMDX News.
It's the Packers and the Bears. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. When the Packers play the Bears Saturday night in Chicago, it'll be to regain the lead in the NFC North. The Bears now back in first place after beating the Browns. The Packers losing to the Broncos and losing Micah Parsons. An MRI confirmed he suffered a torn ACL. Parsons likely won't be back until October, missing the first 4 games of next season. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes had his ACL surgery last night. Doctors say they also had to repair a torn LCL as well. Women's college volleyball, the Wisconsin Badgers headed to Kansas City, where they'll play number 1 ranked Kentucky in the NCAA Final Four Thursday night, 8 p.m. Coverage on ESPN.
You got incredible talent, great coaching staffs. We played together in one of the toughest environments in the game. I'm excited for them to experience what's next because it's pretty cool.
That's Badgers volleyball coach Kelly Sheffield. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Our lakes are gorgeous. Just don't swim in them. 92.7 WMDX, keeping Madison honest, one broadcast at a time.
I'm meteorologist Rodney Price. Even more clouds on the way as we head into the afternoon. Highs in the mid-30s, southwest winds. Tonight, evening clouds, then they'll thin out just a bit. West winds, lows in the mid-20s. On Wednesday, skies turning mostly sunny, highs in the mid-30s. Currently 35 degrees.
Hey there, Wisconsin. Tom Hartman here. Democracy is not a spectator sport, so join me each and every weekday right here on Civic Media for the Tom Hartman program from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Covering the news of the day and sharing ways for you to get off the sidelines and get active in your community, because change starts with you. Get involved and tune in to the Tom Hartman program Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on your local Civic Media radio station.
I'm Rick Smith, host of The Rick Smith Show. If you're looking for honest talk, real stories, and straight-up news that matters to you, tune in to The Rick Smith Show. We're digging into the issues that affect your job, your family, your future. Join me weeknights at 9 on the Civic Media Radio Network, because your voice deserves to be heard.
John and Gordy in the afternoon.
It's us. Him and me.
She's a model and she's looking good. I'd like to take her home, that's understood.
It's John and Gordy in the afternoon. I got to tell you that the craft work is underrated. This is good stuff. This is great stuff.
It's different.
And Neon Lights is
Yeah, you like that?
Is that Neon Lights, right? Is that the other song on that album?
I think that's the other one.
Okay.
This is The Model.
The model. Oh, yeah, I know that. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Great song. Great group.
As
John
a
and Gordy
synthesizer nerd, I agree.
We were talking about synthesizers and theremins during the break. I think I'm going to get myself a theremin for Christmas.
How did you stumble upon an ad for a theremin?
Because I like odd instruments like that.
Let's go back to theremins.
Let's go back. You know, the Beach Boys used the theremin a few times.
If you ever go to our Facebook, you can always check out the John and Gordy Let's Go Back to Cursive. And
it's our storybook.
We're thinking about a whole series of books.
Yeah.
But a theremin is really fantastic. I mean,
they're fun.
It was a very scary sounding instrument way back then. They used it in the monster movies and horror films and science fiction films.
Maybe you can find an example of a theremin there somewhere, Aaron. I'll give you a little project to do while I mention the phone numbers. Phones are back open. They were down for a little while, but we've got everything all up and running again. 855-752-4842. And let's go to, do you have the sound of a theremin?
Well, whichever you want to do first.
Well, let's hear the theremin real quick here.
Yeah.
This is a pretty modern, spooky theremin.
Oh, I'm used to, usually they have a higher tone. Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great during the Halloween season? And
we could play this
freak
up.
out the kids. Here we go. There's a theremin. And you guide it with your hands. You know, you operate it by having your hands around the antenna.
It's a synthesizer where basically there's two antennas. There's one that you move your hand up and down to control the volume, and the other one you move your hand just around generally to control the pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. All right, let's go to the phones. Mark is on the line. Prairie to Sac. Good afternoon, Mark.
Good afternoon. Kind of a wide-ranging set of topics today. I mean, that,
yes, we're all over the place.
Woman talking about fallen angels. You know that. I'd remind the woman that abortion was not condemned in the Old Testament.
That's right. It wasn't. Yeah.
It simply wasn't, and Jesus never condemned abortion either. I mean, this is a modern convention of the
mostly the Roman Catholic Church.
Catholic Church, but the Protestant churches have adopted it now because it was a money making scheme for them. That angels breeding with fallen angels breeding with women. I mean that it just it's Trump. I mean not Trump, but Musk calling his AI system Colossus.
Yes.
And the line in one of the last lines in I texted you one of the last lines in Colossus, the Foreman Project. You'll come to view me with respect and awe. You will come to love me. I mean, is that what Musk?
Oh my God! Yeah,
this is good. I mean, it is just he picks these names like Grok. I mean, which he pirated from Stranger in a Strange Land, coined by the Heinlein, I think, that wrote A Stranger in a Strange Land. Now he's pirated the name Colossus for his ego maniacal AI system
Yeah.
to have racist hatred of black people because it was the AID that helped, that USAID that helped black people achieve freedom in South Africa, which still gets the racists all
It really does get them upset.
annoyed with them. I mean, if Africa, if the way Trump talks is, well, the Africans should just remain in Africa. Well, then maybe that what business do the Afrikaners be there, lording over people there in South Africa, except for their biblical interpretation that they're supposed to be, white people are supposed to be running the world. I'd remind them that Jesus more than likely was either brown or olive skinned and had curly dark hair and brown eyes, and probably would not be recognized as white by most of these.
Well, what are we going to do with all those pictures
right.
of white Jesus? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Mark. All right,
Mark, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for the call, and I want to give a thank you for Steve saying that nice thing about Norm Macdonald. I appreciate that.
He's comparing you to Norm Macdonald. Wow.
But yeah, I think
high
that's
praise.
It is. I love Norm Macdonald.
Oh, he was great.
He
was
just
doing
so
the weekend
sad.
update.
Yeah.
On
Not a
SNL.
ton of his comedy that we can play on the radio.
No,
but
that's true.
It is amazing.
But
Pretty funny
there was something about looking at him when he was doing these stories. You knew he was lying. He was just saying stuff to try, kind of jazz people up. He was truly one of the most unique people. Did you ever watch the Norm Macdonald sitcom that he was in?
I don't remember. I don't remember the sitcom. He had a talk show that was kind of like a cable show.
But this was a sitcom, and he played a character in it. It was really good. It was on, I think, for one season.
Really?
I don't know what it is. Somebody should look that up. I know there was a show like that. I should try to get those episodes.
Yeah.
I kind of steal episodes here and there.
His weekend updates.
What is it?
The Norm Show.
The Norm Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
His weekend update stuff was great on SNL.
It really was.
It got him fired too.
All right. Why don't we get? Let's play this musical theme of something that Trump put together in his first administration. Let's listen.
We're the mighty watchful eye, guardians beyond the blue, the invisible front line, war fighters brave and true, boldly reaching into space. There's no limit to our sky, standing guard both night and day. We're the Space Force from on high.
Wow.
Space Force.
We finally got to the actual name of the force.
Love
You
it.
have to suffer all the way through that. You think they would have got somebody who could sing, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
You'd think
All
so.
right. Well, that was the Space Force. We're, I guess, on the brink of going into outer space somehow. Yet, no, we aren't. All right. But here we are. We're going to start something called the Tech Force now.
The Tech
Under this
Force.
administration, yes, the Office of Personnel
Oh no.
said that Tech Force is designed to address a technical and early career talent gap across the government.
Oh,
With the total lawless nature of the administration, who wants to start to work at their Tech Force? I mean, with projects that include, by the way, AI work on drones and other weapons for the Defense Department. We're not Defense Department. I'm sorry, Department of War.
Department of War.
Yeah,
Come
what
on.
am I saying?
Get with it.
All right. Funnier still, it says here, AI will try to improve intelligence at the State Department.
Good luck with
without
that.
without firing Marco Rubio.
Okay.
All right. Salaries for members of the Tech Force are expected to range from approximately $130,000 to $195,000. So laugh now, my friends.
Wow.
I think I'm going for
Tech Force. Yes, I know.
See, you're a whiz at AI. You should certainly throw your hat in the ring here.
Why
the government will partner with around 25 tech companies to provide mentorships and career planning advice to members who want to work on the Department of War's equipment and drones. My God, can you imagine creating something that probably up for a war crime?
Probably kill a few fishermen.
Yeah. Let's go back to the phones. Kurt is on the line from Madison. Kurt, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I had stumbled across something on YouTube. It was a young man, I think he was from the UK, and he was interviewing Elon Musk's father.
Oh, boy.
And I don't know if you've seen this clip. I'll have to go into my history and find it and email it to you. But when it only takes maybe 2-3 minutes of listening to how he answers questions about apartheid stuff, you'll quickly see why Elon is the monster that he is.
Yeah.
His father is equally evil, if not more evil. It's a very disturbing listening of an interview.
Yeah. I think I may have seen some of that.
I
seen
think
him
I may
interviewed a
have
couple
actually
of
run
times.
across it, but I didn't listen to it. Now you piqued my curiosity again. So yeah, definitely have to look at that.
Yeah, we'll check that
Yeah,
out.
Kurt.
I'll send it your way.
All right.
All right.
Yes, please do.
Thank you, Kurt.
Actually, Gordy sent me something. We're going to get to it in just a few moments.
Really?
Yeah.
What did I send you?
The thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
now.
you sent it. It was a message on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to get to that.
Okay.
You know
well,
what I'm
could you be a
talking
little
about,
more
right?
vague? Is it the up spiral dude again?
Oh God.
Okay.
The guy never remembers what he's doing online.
Well, when did I send this to you recently?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's the bobblehead. It's the bobblehead.
That. No, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Rich Lundy.
Yeah, Rich Lundy sent that to me. Okay, we got it. Do you have that yet?
I don't have it.
Okay, we'll send it over and we'll
send
get
it over to
We'll get it all
Aaron and,
prepped out.
yeah.
Okay. 855-752-4842. Yeah, bobbleheads have come a long way. Haven't they?
They have.
Yeah.
I think there was a little pause.
They started back in the 60s, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, we were talking about the pull string dolls.
Yes.
I collect those things. I don't have a lot of them.
That's not weird.
Well, don't hold back. Tell me what you really think, Mr. Guy with the hand puppets.
Okay. Let's see.
What is
Where
it
we at here?
Mark says it's going to be like the Muppets Pigs in Space thing. Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
All right.
Okay.
And thanks, Cam.
Coming up shortly, we're going to be checking in with Angela Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
She is the chief of policy programs at the Century Foundation and former Consumer Financial Protection Bureau official.
Coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. Holiday prices are up like 26% nationwide. 26% for Christmas.
Really?
Stuff.
I'll tell you what. I've got Caroline Levitt, denying that prices are up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We'll get to that in just a moment.
All right. Well, we'll check in with Angela Hanks. In a little while, about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
What else we got?
Nothing.
Okay.
No, we
Really?
got a lot of stuff coming up. They're just a little bit longer stories. That's all. I'd like to get something in within a minute here, but I don't think so. Okay. So I just want to mention that I have been doing my best to try and catch up on all the holiday films this week. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. Yes, the wizard and the elves. But yeah, it's there it is.
There's the theremin.
Right
It's
there.
actually Leon Theremin, the inventor, playing it.
Is it really?
Oh.
Okay.
Well, he ought to
Great
know.
stuff. I just think it's the coolest sound.
Could you look for One Step Beyond? I think I have some music from One Step Beyond.
One Step Beyond. That's a great show. Let's go back to the phones. Joe.
Oh, we have 10 seconds.
We have 10 seconds. Joe, hold on.
After the break, we'll go back to the phones. Stay with us for more of John and Gordy.
WMDX Madison, the only station with more kayaks than callers.
At Allure Intimate Apparel, fit is everything. Not just how something feels, but how it makes you feel. Bras, sleepwear, swim, and intimates, Allure has it all. Their industry professionals and trained fit specialists deliver a discreet, graceful experience that honors every figure. It's style without compromise, elegance without effort. Allure is thoughtfully expanding. Come visit their brand new Hilldale Shopping Center location, where women will discover how fit and confidence go hand in hand. Visit allurefits.com.
What is a commercial? It's a message delivered to the people, in this instance through your radio speakers into your ears. Why, it's like a movie for your brain. This radio commercial is directed to the business community. If you want to reach more customers, you should be using WMDX Radio. It's that simple. Just email sales@WMDXradio.com and let our crack sales team show you how to make your business grow with the #1 medium known to humankind, the radio commercial on WMDX. Long may you wave.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Back in 20 seconds.
John and Gordy in the afternoon.
Somehow we got on the subject of theremins.
Yes, and this is the theme music to the old TV show One Step Beyond.
It was a great show.
It really was. The episode that freaked me out most was this airplane that left and never came back.
Yes.
And then like 40 years later, it came back, landed, and no one was in the cockpit. Wow. Man, I'm just like
freaky, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't get over that one. That was by the way, is there any better example of toxic masculinity than cockpit? Seriously, man. You know, I've never been able to get over that.
Okay.
All right, let's take the
take
these phone calls here.
Let's go to Joe in Madison.
All right.
Good afternoon, Joe.
Yeah, I just wanted to return to the bad situation of losing Rob Reiner. And I just wanted to share with people, this was just such an inspirational little bit. It came from an author. Her name is Jessica Ellis. She's a writer, books, screenplays, etc. And she said about him, and I thought it was just such a wonderful way to sum him up. She said, Rob Reiner was a good guy. He made a lot of movies about good guys in worlds in which not everyone was good, and you didn't have to be good. He made movies about people trying. And I thought, wow.
Yeah.
He made movies about people trying.
Yes.
You know, certainly become up short, but he made movies about people trying. And it's made me think about how, I mean, at least for 15, 20 years, their lives, he and his wife have been upended by trying to cope with and get the best treatment for their son suffering from these problems of addiction and I'm assuming other mental illness.
Yeah.
And it is a window open to what parents go through. I don't think we know oftentimes the struggles that parents have where they are literally afraid of their children, their adult children, or, you know, their teen children. I had a friend of mine who used to lock her door at night because she could not trust what her child might do. he kept doing it. Rob Reiner kept doing what he did, reaching out, trying to get, equality for gay people, in marriage, trying to get early childhood treatments for kids and education in California, and working to get a better society. All the same time, he and his wife were dealing with the situation at home. I look to that and I think, I got to redouble my efforts. If this guy had every reason to just stop what he was doing, he'd made enough money and sit poolside and just say, forget it. But that wasn't how he lived. He kept going forward. And I thought that sum up of, he made movies about people trying was just a really good way to say what a great guy he was.
Really is,
I hope that we could all just, grab that and embrace it and go forward. Because, man, it's easy to get despondent. And he certainly had reasons to. But we got to keep going, and let's just bear that light as we go forward.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Yeah,
that's well said.
Yeah, he made that movie. Was it Remembering Charlie, or I can't remember the exact title.
Yeah,
but he wrote he produced and directed the movie, and it was based on Nick's.
Yes,
and a friend. They wrote the screenplay for it, and he directed it, and he tried in every way, shape, or form to help him out.
Right,
and it just it's disappointing that something like this resulted after so many years, but
real tragedy.
Yeah, it's he did everything he could. For Nick.
Let's go back to the phone. Susan is on the line here from Middleton. Susan, go ahead.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, after that very moving, touching tribute, I just want to cry.
Yeah, I know.
It was just so beautiful to hear.
Yes.
That reminds me of Beth Potter, the family physician whose daughter had similar relationship with her parents, and they were unfortunately killed. But back to what I was talking about.
Yep.
Okay.
It was the salary opening for that AI position you were talking about.
Yes.
$100K.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was real interesting. I was wondering how many of the $250 he was going to get back, because that's for the poor people that are earning less than $100,000, and that's an average. So, I mean, what do these people think up there in the high upper tower, as they call the but anyway,
good point.
We're talking about people making $60,000, $30,000. They're the people that need help.
Yes. Well, you never know. All of this might actually, come to fruition. I mean, getting other billionaires and millionaires to donate into these funds. These are specific funds in the IRS now, the Trump funds, and you can put money in these things. Or, going to have Dell's money in there. It could be anybody's money. So, the billionaires could fund the next generation who will be able to use that money for, whatever, a better society. I don't know. I'm, jury's still out of my mind. I'm not exactly sure what to think, but, it's different.
Which we could put that spin on, like the Affordable Care Act.
Yes.
It's an Obamacare. I might have a bipartisan thing, so let's call it Trump Care.
Yeah, sure. All right. I appreciate
Susan,
that.
take care.
Yep.
Thanks for that call.
Yeah.
All right. 855-752-4842. Right around the corner, we'll check in with news. And then coming up next, we're going to be talking with our guest, Angela Hanks. She's the Chief of Policy Programs at the Century Foundation. And we're going to be talking about holiday prices. They're up. Yeah. Inflation? I don't know.
No.
Tariffs? Maybe.
26%
holiday prices are up nationwide. 26%.
But still, I know.
That's a big chunk.
I know. It's really a lot of money.
And
I've been spending so much of it. I can't believe it.
Well,
I really can't. I got the AI glasses, I haven't gotten them yet. I have not. No,
they're on the way, though, huh?
They haven't even charged my card yet.
Oh, well, maybe they canceled it.
They seem to have a problem figuring out the prescription for them. I don't know. How hard is that,
You sent them the prescription, right?
I sent them both. There's a abbreviated version and the long version, and they still can't read it.
All right. We've got news straight ahead, then we're back with more of John and Gordy in the afternoon.
WMDX Madison, where conversations are free range and organic. Your neighbors are talking.
Man.
Leaders are deciding.
Hello, Angela, for joining us.
Hi, Angela.
92.7 W.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear
and
you
just so you know,
fine.
we are not live on the radio right now, but we are still live streaming.
Okay.
So that's John. I'm Gordy.
Hi.
And
Nice to meet you.
it's good to have you with us.
Glad to be
Going
here.
to talk about maybe some holiday prices for people out there shopping, and anything else what would you like to talk about?
What do you want to throw into this thing?
I can talk a little bit about affordability too, more broadly. The Century Foundation, we just put out a poll late last week. What is the week? Late last week. Asking people how they're faring in the economy, and the results were pretty interesting. I think you won't be surprised to hear that people are really struggling. That's especially true of people without a college degree. So I'm happy to talk about that too.
Yeah. Oh, definitely that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very good.
Because, we were just talking about the Trump Fund. I don't know if you've heard about this. Have you heard about it? The Trump Fund. He's put together between December, January 1st of 2025 through December 31st, 2028, I believe. And all the children born within that time get $1,000 in a Trump Fund.
Oh, yes.
And then Dell Computers head Michael Dell and his wife Susie have donated $6 billion. And what they're going to do is they're going to add $250 to the Trump Fund and expand the availability of all of these savings accounts to, I think it said like 64 million children or something in low income or not medium income areas of a family of four making $150,000, I believe. And they'll be getting $250 in their account, but then you can add about $5,000 each year. And, it certainly provides a little investment incentive for people, that can put maybe $100 in a year or so, something like that. It's kind of a really, I'm wavering on it because, I don't want to, in 10 years, I don't want to go and say, well, I'm going to check out my Trump Fund, because that sounds awful, god awful. So.
I will say, like, my reaction. So I did know about this. Sorry, I was thinking of a different name, but my reaction on it is not that it's like bad to give people money. There are a number of other instances where we should give people money. That is the solution. I think what the issue is here is as you were talking about it, it's like there's this initial investment that the government will put in, but then it's like this, tax preferred investment vehicle that, wealthy people will be able to put in $5,000 a year for their kids, for the remainder of their childhoods. People who are low income, who have no savings, or minimal savings, or are deep into debt, just trying to make ends meet, are not going to be able to put in anything. And if they are, it's like, right, those amounts you're talking about, like $100, $200, not the kind of things that sort of lead to a large amount in the future. And, if I was thinking about like how I would like to see government use both its like power and authority and spending power in particular, I think it would be to help those families afford things like healthcare, like childcare. And there's like a dollar figure associated with giving kind of like tax preference to the largest account holders of these two. So it's like we should give people more money in a bunch of ways, and also
here's the thing. Dell contributed all this money, but he's urging all these other billionaires and millionaires to also add to these accounts, the Trump Fund accounts. All of these kids, the 64 million kids, they will also get. All they have to do is give the money to the government, and the government will make that distribution for them. So they don't have to set up a foundation or anything. All these billionaires could put all this money in, and they'll distribute it for them.
It's a scam. open if you want to jump in.
And they're working this time.
They are, yes. Yeah, they were down for a little while, but we got them back. 855-752-4842 is our number. Angela Hanks joins us now. She is Chief of Policy Programs at the Century Foundation and former Consumer Financial Protection Bureau official. Angela, good to have you with us this afternoon. Thanks
so much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
So it's holiday time.
It is.
And
prices are up.
Prices are up. What can people do about this besides nothing? I mean,
panic.
How can we get enough Christmas presents under the tree this year without breaking the bank?
How about 5 or 6 more dolls than the 3 that we're required to have, I guess.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's hard to know what people should do, but I can tell you what they are doing. They're doing what you said. They're buying fewer gifts. They're buying for fewer people. They're trying to buy things on sale. They're going to store brand items instead of name brand items. They're doing smaller gatherings. They're not traveling. Some people are even skipping the holidays entirely. And we know all of this in part because of a survey that we worked on with a number of organizations looking at how people are going to weather the rising costs this year. So this is data from people telling us like they're finding all of these ways in their lives to cut costs because they know the holidays are going to be more expensive this year.
So you did a poll recently? Is that
yes. So there's actually 2 that I want to talk about. So one, we asked some questions specifically asking about the holiday season, both questions about what people are doing to make ends meet. We also asked them what they're concerned about and why they think this is happening. People know it's because of the tariffs. Like they're quite clear that prices have increased under this administration because of those economic policies. And so they are looking for ways to mitigate the impact that'll have on their budgets when it comes to the holiday season. I would say the second is, in addition to this work that we did specifically on holiday shopping, we have been asking over the last several months, we've been asking Americans how they're faring in the economy overall. And there, the results seem to line up pretty well with what we're seeing on the holiday season side too. We conducted a survey that came out last week asking people how they're dealing with rising costs. We heard a number of alarming things. 3 in 10 people said that they delayed or skipped medical care in order because it was too expensive to seek it out. 2/3 have switched to cheaper groceries. About half of people have tapped into their savings to pay for daily expenses. We actually asked a question in July about what people are doing to make ends meet. And at the time, 1 in 4 said that they or someone in their household had skipped a meal in the last year in order to make ends meet. We asked that question again in October, and that number had risen to 1 in 3. So not only are we seeing that people are really struggling, I mean, skipping meals, worrying about feeding yourself or your kids, these are the kinds of choices that people are making right now. And we're seeing that it's actually getting worse over time.
Are these national numbers or local numbers?
These are national numbers.
Okay. Wow.
And here we have the cure for poverty during the COVID pandemic, right? I mean, we actually cut poverty in half by a simple program that the Republicans decided not to continue, even though we had great success with it.
I mean, when I think about the COVID era, it's sort of incredible to think about, right? We have these massive problems in our country, whether it's things like healthcare being too unaffordable or childcare, wages not keeping up with inflation, jobs just simply not being good enough for workers, things like education being expensive. And during the pandemic, seemingly overnight, we were able to solve a lot of those problems, right? Like we gave parents money so their lives were more affordable. We helped people with childcare. We helped people with rising healthcare costs. We helped people who didn't have enough money in the bank to weather a pandemic where they may have lost their job by giving them unemployment insurance. And we did that with like a flip of the switch. And that shows a couple of things, right? It shows, one, that it's possible and people have actually experienced it in the recent past. And it shows, two, that it's a decision in the times outside of it that we don't do this as a country. So, I think I hope learn some lessons from that horrible time about what's possible with public policy. But the fact that we're sitting here now without a child tax credit, without higher childcare subsidies, seeing the Affordable Care Act subsidies lapse in just a couple of weeks here, I worry that we haven't learned those lessons fully.
Yeah, I don't think we have, we certainly could use all these programs, especially in the state of Wisconsin. I mean, we're having a hard time convincing the Republicans in the legislature to help us out with childcare. Do something about it. We've got a $1 billion surplus already. I mean, that's why we pay taxes in, to help solve some of the problems that we have here in the state, right?
So actually, my colleagues at the Century Foundation just put out a piece on the state of childcare, looking at a couple of states that actually have done what you're suggesting. They used either a budget surplus or a new revenue stream to make really major investments in childcare. I think most notably places like New Mexico, Connecticut. Candidly, it's only a handful of states right now, but these are investments that will be transformative for millions of families. I mean, people are facing childcare that is so unaffordable that it's elusive, right? It doesn't exist. It's not that people are figuring out how to come up with $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a year to pay for childcare. They're putting their kids into a childcare situation that they don't feel comfortable with because it's the only choice they have, or they can't go to the full-time job or the better paying job that's further away because they have childcare responsibilities. So the amount that childcare can make a difference, both for young people, for kids who are kind of like starting their lives and benefit so much from it from a developmental perspective, but also for parents who are just working and trying to figure out how to do the best for their family. Not having those types of investments really hurts.
Talking with Angela Hanks from the Century Foundation. Angela, do you have any recent figures about how many people are living paycheck to paycheck and how that affects things this time of year for holiday shopping and anything else?
So one of the questions we asked in the survey that we put out last week was we looked at the differences between college and non-college respondents. And one of the things that was really interesting is that we saw a big divide between college and non-college in terms of what types of jobs they had. So college educated people, the majority of them responded that they are salaried employees. They have what you can assume by that are like pretty steady jobs. They know they have reliable paychecks that they'll get the same amount every week. That was just 19% for those working class respondents that we asked. So there's far fewer people who are getting steady, reliable paychecks that are the same amount. And we know that those hourly jobs come with lower wages, fewer benefits, greater precarity. And I think about that survey data on top of the jobs numbers that we got today from the last month. So the unemployment rate increased to 4.6%. It was just for the record, in January last year, it was 4%. So we're at a rate that we haven't seen since 2021, which was still during those pandemic days that we just talked about. And if you look under the hood, there are some really concerning things in the numbers, including a Black unemployment rate that has increased by 2%, or increased from around 6% to over 8% just in the last year alone. So we're seeing kind of big divides among various groups of people when it comes to how financially secure they are. And that shows up when you're looking at things like holiday prices too. People who are making less than $75,000 a year are feeling deeply concerned about the economy, whereas people who are making over $200,000 a year feel pretty good. And that's really something to look at as well.
Has the Century Foundation looked into universal basic income? We've got a gig economy. A lot of people aren't making the kind of money they need to retire on. They don't get the benefits. They don't have investment accounts. They don't have any kind of job security whatsoever. And some even, pocket a lot of the money, which takes money away from their Social Security account as well. Is there any kind of movement nationwide, any place where universal basic income is something that we should start at least a conversation on? Because, we tried it here in Madison. It was a successful program in Madison. And people use that money for other reasons, maybe just to feed their kids or pay the rent or go to the doctor without any worries, pay some of their medical bills. It really comes in handy. $250 a month, $500 a month. Something like that could help everybody. And now that, college students are worried about getting a job because AI is taking all their jobs away, we need some kind of just something to help people buy food and live someplace, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're seeing from all the survey data that I mentioned is that people don't have enough money. Like sometimes it can be just as simple as that. And there are many things that are happening there, right? It's that jobs don't pay enough. It's that the sort of safety net that we're ideally wanting people to be able to rely on, especially in tough times, doesn't exist. And the thing that we're seeing over and over again is that when people don't have money to do things like pay their bills, pay their utilities, we just did a report showing that people across the country have increased utility debt. What happens is that turns into debt. It turns into credit card debt or auto or student loan debt that people can't repay. And so it doesn't just go nowhere. People have to continue to live their lives. They have to be able to put food on the table. One of the, I think, more concerning trends that we're seeing is that in addition to seeing things like rising credit card debt, we're also seeing an increase in financial products such as like the buy now, pay later products, which really have exploded in the last several years, but especially around the holidays, have driven up quite intensely. If you'll allow me a personal anecdote.
Sure.
Black Friday or Cyber Monday, one of those days, I was really shocked to get a text message from a store that said, if you buy using one of these payment companies, we'll give you 25% off on your purchase. So not only are they these things that people are using because they really have no other choice. The sort of like joke about these products is like people are using it on DoorDash to buy a burrito. The reality is people are using it to buy groceries. And then at this moment when people are really feeling the strain, the incentive is to not go into a store and use cash or use savings or whatever. It's to use this debt product that can, their bank account can be garnished if they're not able to pay it back.
Right. Yeah. Well, we know that car loans are going up, and that might even be a bubble. So, a lot of things we have to do and accomplish. I hope everybody at the Century Foundation can work out some solutions there and keep us updated with your surveys as well.
Angela, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. That's Angela Hanks from the Century Foundation. We're back to wrap things up on John and Gordy after this.
All right.
Angela, thank you so much.
Thanks for filling us in.
Where are you located? I'm just curious.
Yeah, where are you located?
I live in Alexandria, Virginia. I'm from Michigan, though, so I'm not from Wisconsin, but I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah. Well, close enough.
Close enough, yeah.
What part of Michigan?
I'm from right outside Detroit. My family lives in Livonia and Northville right now.
Oh.
Okay, great. Well, we appreciate
Gordy worked near there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, it was more. I worked in South Bend for about 20 years.
Okay.
So just south of the Michigan line, 8 miles south of Niles. But anyway, Angela, we got to run. But thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much. Nice meeting you.
All right. Yep.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Okay.
while still being in the workforce. Worthington, Minnesota is a town growing, yet it's nothing like metro life. Professional and labor jobs, a beautiful lake, bike trails, recreation, acres of public hunting, festivals, and great people. Slow down. We're just a short drive away, so come join us. Worthington, it's worth a look.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at WIPGA.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
A fresh perspective on the great outdoors.
What did you do this week that was fun? My weekly Wisco was actually going to be the snowfall. Now that's enough for the year. That's my opinion of it.
Now you're over.
I'm over the snowfall. It is nice for hunting because you can see the animals a little more clearly, but I will take the end of the snowfall.
Raised in Wisco with Joe Clayfish and Danielle Fairman. Find the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Pete Schwaba.
A mom popped into elementary school to deliver some paperwork, leaving her 10-year-old son in the car outside. They found the car in the garage and the child in the house with the dad. He had had an argument with his mom and decided to drive himself home. Officers declined to charge the boy because he's too young to be held criminally.
Oh, is it? I thought it was. All right. It's John and Gordy in the afternoon, and there's a reason why we are playing that.
Mm-hmm. Get to that in a moment. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll be welcoming in Mike McCabe, as we do every Wednesday. He'll be here talking about his Substack article and other things.
We're playing Boston Legal because of one of my famous introspective looks at Boston Legal the other day.
Yeah.
Award-winning. No. Anyway, we were talking about Bill Shatner.
Yeah.
And his great character, Denny Crane. And
Denny Crane had a certain way about him.
He did. And he really kind of punctuated everything he said with Denny Crane. As if, well, that's the final word.
That was a pretty good Denny Crane.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Well done.
All right. Well, we have this special little presentation.
You're really making a big deal out of this thing.
From Rich London. Okay. So it's a bobblehead.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So Rich was listening to us talking about Denny Crane.
Yes.
Was it yesterday or day before? I don't know.
I think it was
lost track of time.
Yeah,
yesterday. Was it yesterday? Okay. So Rich sent this to me last night.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
It's a bobblehead of Denny Crane.
I was in the car earlier today listening to you and John, and you were more than amused by William Shatner's portrayal of Denny Crane. Enjoy my Denny Crane talking bobblehead. Denny Crane. Hope all is well.
Thanks, Rich.
Isn't that great?
That's terrific.
Oh, my God.
I had no idea that he had a bobblehead.
A talking bobblehead.
I know.
Oh, my God. How many are those?
I don't know.
Jeez, I want that damn thing. Denny Crane.
Yeah. There are people that collect bobbleheads big time. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
they've become quite collectible.
Wonder if there's somebody who collects specifically the Talking Denny Crane bobblehead and has like 70 of them.
Maybe.
Good idea.
We need John and Gordy bobbleheads.
Talking John. I don't know what they would say.
Can we workshop that? Can we run that around the table? Yeah, probably not. Okay.
Maybe they would never stop talking. That's
that
the problem with those things.
It could be. Yep.
Now here, you really got to think back. I mean, think about this here.
What
possessed Rich Lundy to buy a Denny Crane talking bobblehead?
Well,
what's the personality trait there?
Rich, if you want to call us, you can tell us 855-752-4842. I'm guessing he's a big fan of Boston Legal or a big fan of William Shatner. Right?
Alternatively, maybe he saw it at a thrift shop or antique mall and was like, this is a very interesting item.
I think it's so cool.
It is. It really is. I know. Catherine Lake let us know if she wants to start watching the show again.
Yeah,
Boston League.
Boston
It
League.
is so addicting.
It's
it is
really
so
good. Man, James Spader.
James Spader had a great character in there.
Yes.
Wow. All
Good
right.
stuff.
Well, anyway,
Okay.
now that we've sold that, we've got DVDs available. Just kidding.
Okay.
Blu-rays too.
Mhm.
All right. Let's get to Caroline Leavitt lashing out over inflation.
She kind of lost it.
No, she did lose it
Yeah.
at a press conference. Caitlin Collins from CNN asked her just a simple question. So
Yeah.
let's check this out here.
Okay.
Which one?
Here we
Oh,
go.
116. 116.
Two questions. I have one on Venezuela to follow up, but first on affordability, since we were talking about the economy at the beginning. If the economy is as strong as the president has said it is, then why is he telling parents 2 weeks before Christmas that they should only buy 2 or 3 dolls for their children?
Look, what the president is saying is that if we want products made right here in America, if we want them to be made from American small businesses, which is a large part of the reason the president has effectively implemented tariffs, then we're going to have better quality products right here in the United States. Maybe you'll pay $1 or $2 more, but you will get better quality and you'll be supporting your fellow Americans by buying American. And that's what the president was saying. Everything I'm telling you is the truth backed by real factual data. And you just don't want to report on it because you want to push untrue narratives about the president.
All right. That was it. Yeah, sure. Okay. So Levitt is saying
Settle down.
pay more and be patriotic.
Okay.
Get used to higher prices, right?
Yeah. Get
I
used
mean,
to it.
that's also something she's telling us. And maybe you'll pay $1 or $2 more,
Right.
which is okay. You're supporting your fellow Americans that way. I mean, really, dolls is not something, America needs to be known for making.
Dolls.
All of this stuff. I mean, we kind of had a marketplace that seemed to be working just fine. Suddenly, this guy comes in and completely tosses the marketplace out, kind of shakes things up, tells everybody he doesn't trust him, raises the prices on everything that comes into this country, thinking, well, I'm going to get them to make the products here.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then now we have become a pariah of the world, and they're destroying our economy,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Well, and fired, got Elon Musk in there and fired all these federal workers, and people are out of work.
Yeah.
Those people.
I mean, they said, why should we be known for making shoes?
Right.
Well, why should we be known for making dolls?
Right.
For $2 or $3 more? I don't know. I mean, it was kind of a nice balance.
Things
right?
sort of worked.
Yeah. And,
well,
but now
maybe the president will straighten all this out tomorrow night with his big presidential speech.
I don't know who it is. Somebody suggested on our text line that he's buying everybody for Christmas a Johnny Silverhand statue.
Johnny Silverhand.
I don't know who Johnny Silverhand is. Do you know who Johnny Silverhand
a
is?
Character from Cyberpunk, a video game series. And basically, he's Keanu Reeves with a metal arm.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes, he does have a middle arm. Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
it does look like Keanu Reeves.
It literally is. He played the character.
He
Oh.
is the character. Okay. All right.
In the video game.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
he
well,
is
thanks for-
everywhere. Okay. Well, thanks for clarifying that.
That's it.
Now I know.
All
now
right.
everybody's getting a Johnny Silverhand for Christmas.
I like it. Okay, that's going to do it for us. Pete Schwab is next with Nightlight. We hope you have a good evening. We'll be here tomorrow afternoon. So long.
What sort of day was it? A day like all days, filled with those events that alter and illuminate our time. And you were there.